All right, reverse the camera. That's first on the list. There we go. And get it on my makeshift tripod. Not breaking the glass. And that should do. What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. Decided I'd do a live stream today because, well, I dropped a produced video yesterday afternoon. Started on I edited today. It's actually, obviously we're live. I just got to the shop. I'm a little late in the day because I edited a video this morning. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Orwell decided to throw me some troubles the other day. So, day before yesterday, matter of fact, we got done filming. Me and Jen were in here messing with Snow White, my son and my future daughter-in-law's Suburban, Matthew and Lydia. We did a live stream with that, talking about what was going on in the shop and all this, that, and the other. And we cleaned up. Actually, Jen went home first, and then I left after the fact. I got some work, a little bit more work done, cleaned up some, and then we got going. When I walked out, I saw water just dripping all underneath Orwell. It was kind of funny how I found it because you figure you park your truck and it sat for a little bit. It snowed and it snowed and melted. And it looked like there was water underneath the truck from the bumper back, like under the truck. But from the bumper forward, it was all ice. So I'm like, wait a minute, how do we have liquid water under the truck and frozen water in front of the truck? That don't work. Oh, crap, it's leaking coolant. So I stuck my head underneath, and it was dripping quite rapidly. It was like drip, 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 drip. And I'm like, yeah, that's a problem. At that point, I was tired, hungry, cold. I'm like, you know what? I'll just deal with it tomorrow. So I came in yesterday, and then I had to start figuring out, okay, how am I going to get him started because he was outside in the cold. And this truck doesn't like to start in the cold without any type of preheat. Admittingly, and I'll probably handle this time, admittingly, the block heater plug is buried underneath the cab, tied up. You have to raise the cab to get to it. And with the green APU underneath there, there's no way for me to physically get under there to be able to hook up to it. So I'm like, all right, the cab is very difficult to lift when it's really cold because there is moisture in the hydraulic lines, and it has froze in the past. I didn't even bother trying. But if it was losing a lot of coolant, I didn't know if the APU would fire and have enough coolant in it to run coolant throughout the engine and heat the engine prior to me trying to start it. And I really didn't want to have to do a big, long cold start. As it was, I already had a lot of work I wanted to do in here. So I said, you know what, let me add coolant, which is why this is up, the service hatch for the radiator. In fact, the radiator cap's sitting on my ladder still. I put 2 gallons of coolant in there. I wanted to change all the coolant in the truck anyway. So it was one of those things where let me try to kill 1, 2, maybe 3 birds with one stone. So I was like, all right, let me add some coolant in there, just enough to get the tank to have water in it again. The surge tank, or it's just a holding tank on the top. It's not really an expansion tank. I guess it could be considered an expansion tank because these trucks just vent out. Any excess pressure just gets vented out the tube and is right on the ground. But there's no recovery tank on this. But there's a big tank on top of the radiator. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So I got enough to where there was water in the top of the tank. It took 2 gallons. So I'm like, all right, fire up the APU and I'll let it sit all day while I was working in here. And I got a considerable amount of work done in here. And of course, we filmed it. So that was all a produced video. I have yet to edit, obviously. I got a lot of produced videos I still have yet to do. So I think there's going to be a good sized gap between me working on Orwell on this live and when I do the produced video, me working on Orwell. I had to skip ahead on my production videos because when I went out west, went out to Wyoming, through Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Utah, Arizona, then New Mexico. Matter of fact, the video I just edited today that'll be dropped tomorrow, that's me going through the Four Corners region between southern Utah, northern Arizona, right before I got nailed in a Flagstaff snowstorm. And let me tell you, the views on this video, it's going to be out tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. It's just, I edited this video and I can't believe how cinematic it was. It was absolutely gorgeous. The weather was threatening, but not quite like in that video. You're not going to see threatening weather. Like, we're not going to be in the storm, but you see the storms brewing. And let me tell you, it was probably the absolute most gorgeous video I've ever taken in my entire life. I mean that literally. When you see the thumbnail tomorrow, the thumbnail is just absolutely amazing. You barely even see Orwell in the thumbnail. That's how beautiful of a picture it was. The thumbnail is, I had the camera on the mirror on the driver's side, so the only part of Orwell you see is the visor and the side of the windshield, and that's all of Orwell you see. Everything is just this beautiful, picturesque road, and it looks fake. It's so beautiful, it looks fake. I assure you it was 100% real, because that thumbnail was taken from a midpoint in the video. I just simply stopped it, took that picture, took that segment of video, transferred it into the program I use to generate thumbnails, and then I didn't even color touch it. I didn't lighten it. A lot of times a thumbnail will be dark, and I'll lighten it just to make it brighter and more attractive looking. This thumbnail, I literally just took a grab from the video, added my words to the top, and that's it. I literally did nothing. If you look, you'll see my watermark on the bottom of it, actually. That's how I literally did nothing to touch it. So it's not the best like action video, or oh my God, we're getting screwed with, or oh my God, the truck broke. No, it's just the absolute most picturesque video I've ever released to date. And it'll be out tomorrow afternoon, so be sure to check that out. So I got that. I got squirreled on that one, didn't I? Point was, when I left to do that run, I forgot and I brought the wrong portable hard drive with me. So I had left all the content that I filmed prior when I left. So what was I going to do? I had no content available to me. So I said, you know what, let me just start editing via the Starlink. Let me start editing from where I started that trip. Usually I don't edit the trip as I'm doing it, but that one I had no choice. I had no content. That's why we skipped so far ahead. I am eager to get to where I stopped right before I started hauling a subscriber's. I just affectionately named it the sucker truck. It's a street sweeper is what it was. But I hauled a subscriber's street sweeper to them. And then it was after that run, is when I did the Gentry oversized load boat haul with my Hemi Dually as a tail Escort vehicle. I also made the mistake of when me and Tim had separated, I forgot because I had put a GoPro inside Rooster. That's Tim's truck. For those that don't follow Gentry and Sons, those are the uncool versions of you guys out there. So anyway, I left my GoPro inside of Rooster. So after we delivered the boat, he started hauling ass to Tennessee because his little baby was getting ready to be born. And I just started heading home from Racine, Wisconsin. And then I made it all the way to like Oshkosh when I realized I had left the GoPro in Rooster. So with everything going on between he got home, he had a brand new baby being born, and taking care of a bunch of stuff with his trucking business and so on, he had my GoPro, so I didn't have all my footage. So matter of fact, he just talked to me today. It did go out. My GoPro, he sent, in the mail, he sent my GoPro back. So either today or tomorrow, today being President's Day, either today or tomorrow, because I don't think he sent it to U.S. Postal Service. He wasn't 100% sure because his office handled the form, but he did tell me for sure it's on its way. So now the content I could get back going, because I don't want to start them videos until I actually to be honest, not having my GoPro was problematic, but I could go buy another one. But how do I replace the SD card full of content? That was the problem. So it's on its way here. We'll get started on that pretty soon. So yeah, big shout out to Tim to give me my GoPro back. And we'll be doing that stuff again. I know he's got some other stuff brewing in future when it comes to oversized boat hauling. And that brought up a whole nother conversation around here about Escort vehicles. And maybe I think I might want to try to get into that game. And in fact, the Suburban I bought, it's just off camera right here, I'm pointing at right there. The Suburban I bought that we talked about on the previous live would be a perfect escort vehicle because you don't have to get hotels. You can sleep in the damn thing. So, and it's big enough to not be bossed around by bossy ass F-250s that don't understand that you cannot pass the wide load because there isn't enough room. So, a lot of escort vehicles are very small. They're good for the lead car, but the tail car catches the brunt of the road rage. You need to have something big enough that I feel can, I'm not going to say do combat, but can definitely intimidate a driver that maybe you don't want to try to shove me around. And with my attitude being I grew up in New Jersey, driving in New Jersey, I am the last guy on planet Earth you want to play that game with. So I think the two work together. However, I am thinking about getting escort vehicles and putting people in it. It might be a good part-time thing for people in the future to do. You know, something that like, I don't know, somebody that's like semi-retired. Who knows? I'm getting in off on a tangent. I'm terribly sorry. So the purpose of today's video was basically I was going to start doing my produced video working on Orwell, but also bringing you guys in live to see, hey, what's going on with Orwell, what happened and why. So that's basically the game plan. Now that I've got a bunch of yous on here for sure, I'm going to start checking comments here in a little bit. It's just me. Jen's at home. Jen has off today and tomorrow. She's taking care of a bunch of stuff at the crib. And then tomorrow, her and I are going to be back in here. I'll be working on Orwell, but I didn't get done. Well, I know I'm going to need parts. So let me at least figure out what I need. I can get parts tomorrow. And Jen's going to continue cleaning up Snow White and get that thing ready for Matt and Lydia when time comes. So what's going underneath? It's dry underneath. The last 2 days I moved it. It was water or oil underneath it. And now there's nothing. So maybe it wasn't dripping. Maybe this was dripping and I just missed it. All right, let me get to some comments here, see what you guys got to say about all this madness. Oh, yeah, so I spun the camera around. Holy smokes, 429 is on here already? Wow, we're pulling some good numbers today. Check that out. Be sure to hit them likes, guys. 156 likes. You need to get them numbers up. It helps out a lot. No, the Suburban, I just saw that comment quick. No, Suburban's a 5.7. It's a 350 to Vortec. All right, let me get comments reading here. Oh, I covered the spin the camera mode thing. All right, there we go. You can see my ugly ass. Or the worst part of me. There we go. Tilt the tripod a little better. All right, let me try to get... That's right, fat man. Likes MFers. I always put that on when I'm watching Tim's video. I say, Omar Youssef. He never misses a live stream, I swear. Dennis Berger, I'm reading them backwards, by the way. Says, hi from your neighbor in Oshkosh. That's Dennis Brigham. Chris Fuller says, what's up, Steve? A lot of people saying howdy. Can't wait for the video. Which video, Nawful? One road roamer. Hi from Nova Scotia. Love the Utah video. The part of the U.S. was my favorite place to go. I am, too, looking forward when I can get back there in my camper so I can actually stop and enjoy. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. The Chevy Suburban 5.3. I don't know what you're talking about there, Kevin. It's a 5.7, not a 350. Listen, to me, engines are cubic inches, not liters. Especially American vehicles. They're built in cubic inches, not liters. That's how it always was until the world got goofy. That's my opinion anyway. Kevin says he always calls it the Hemi Dually, LOL. Right, because almost all dualies in the last, say, 5-6 years in Ram were always with Cummins. In 2022, that's when they started unlocking the Hemi, available with the Dually. And I ordered mine specifically with the Hemi. I did not want to deal with the diesel and the Delete. You know, I just watched a video this morning actually. I was watching a video, semi-casual. They were doing, they're converting a 380, 589, the new ugly Peterbilt. They're converting a 589 Peterbilt to a flat top. So they cut like the top off the sleeper. They cut the top off the cab. I mean, literally in their thumbnail, the Peterbilt is literally a windshield and 2 doors. That's it. There's nothing left of it. They cut it up that much. Amazing work they do. Just wow. But yeah, so anyway, the point of that was they were talking about that truck in the very beginning of that video. They're talking about the truck and the exhaust system on that truck is almost as big as the fuel tank. Not the Def Tank. The Def Tank is tiny in comparison to this gigantic. I'm not. I kid you not. The exhaust on that thing is like, it's as fat as a fuel tank, and every bit as long. Like it had to be at least this long, as wide as the steps would be, and those are elongated steps. That's the exhaust system on that brand new truck. Okay, that stuff right there is why I ordered the dually with the Hemi. So always specify I own a Hemi dually because they're rare, and I'd like to see more people buy them than those. I'm not against Cummins. I'm not against the diesel. What I am against is all the crap that you got to deal with. So Hemi is the ultimate delete kit. Of course, the only better thing the ultimate delete kit would be right there. Just go old school, and you don't got to worry about none of that nonsense. So yeah, that's the evolution of why I call it Hemi Dually there, Kevin. Where's your mic? Sounds like you're in a barrel. I don't have a mic. I'm using my phone. I'm in my shop. So I got an echo. Sorry about the barrel. It is what it is. When will the oversized vid be? Jets, Charles Cannery. I'm not 100% on that because I'm still working to finish the trip that I did. That trip took 2 weeks, almost 2 full weeks being gone in the truck. So I really couldn't tell you. What I will tell you is after I dealt with all that damn snow and the problems that it created in Flagstaff, not to ruin the video, but yeah, we got mobbed, and actually it wasn't a lot of snow, but it was enough to cause a lot of havoc, and I lucked out big time. Just skill and luck. I'll leave it at that. Excuse me. Then I deadheaded all the way out to Missouri, and I picked up this big old combine, and we took that up to Hatley, Wisconsin. And that combine will give you some awesome videos because it was stuck so far off to one side. It really wasn't all that wide, but it was all on one side. So I had some awesome shots. It was almost like the GoPro was like next to Orwell looking in. It was so bad. Like usually I set my forward-facing camera straight. It was so far out that I tilted the camera to the side. You got an awesome shot of Orwell from the side. So yeah, I got that whole video to do beyond just unloading. So I'm not sure. I'm going to guesstimate a week from like today-ish, maybe. As long as I keep the uploading going, we're good to go. So that's the idea. Still going backwards, guys. I will get to you. Because I have the time today, so I'm going to get to you for sure. Not that good. Phil Huss is not that good. Maybe in an easy fix, as easy as a cab over fix can be. You got this. Still real nice. All right. Any day. Enjoy the day. Phil from Central Illinois. Listen, everything leaks coolant from time to time. Find the leak, fix the leak, put more coolant in. How much you got to take apart, that's another thing. But I'm pretty sure I know about where it is. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Please like the video if you are currently watching. That's Luke Zim. Absolutely. I got almost 500. How in the world do I have almost 500? Wow, the numbers must be really improving because I got close to 500 of you guys watching. It's like, what time is it? It's 3 o'clock in Wisconsin. So, yeah, I mean, that's good. Although last live I did was kind of early. But, yeah, hey, I'm grateful. 500, almost 500 people, 273 likes. Get that likes up. Come on, it helps the videos, helps the, listen, I'll be honest with you, helps the algorithm like me more. I mean, look at me. What's there to like? So I need you guys to like me because I asked you to get the algorithm to like me so that I can make more money and I can fix more Ford cab overs like what's left of one right there. See? Yeah, see? So please like me. Hit that like for real. All right. Hello, Portugal Online. Still going backwards. Orwell is just sweating horsepower. No. Just Orwell don't like the cold, and he made damn sure I understood that as a fact. Ryan Barron says, hello from Florida. When will, oh, we read that already. Okay, will the oversized be? Nova Scotia. All right, now I'm going forward. So eventually I'm going to run out. Orwell is looking awesome. Thank you. Actually, Orwell is quite dirty because I ran through a lot of weather getting him home. And it sat outside and just got snowed, then rained on. Watching from Eagle River, Alaska. Come up and see some real snow. I'll be honest with you, when I go to Alaska, I'm going to do that in the summertime. Me and Jen got it. Call me crazy. What I really want to do is take the Harley to Alaska. And I mean ride the Harley from here to Alaska. Not haul it, ride it. That's what I love to do. I don't know if I can convince Jen into that. But I definitely want to go see Alaska. There's got to be other ways. I could see. I'm either gonna do ride the Harley or I'm gonna take everything to Alaska. Imagine a razor would be a lot of fun up there too. But yeah, I don't know. I got to get to Alaska. It's the last state I've never been. I've been to 49 states. Alaska's the last one. Hey, Steve, man, this a new camera quality is great. This is still my cell phone. We're using my Starlink outside because the cell phone don't work worth the crap inside my building. So I use the Starlink. I put the antenna outside, and then I run the router inside. The router is just on the other side of Orwell, sitting by the window. Checking in on you from Odenton, Maryland. Where is Odenton, Maryland? That's Scooter Carnal, Carneal, I guess. I don't know where Odenton, Maryland is. Probably sounds like a place I should know, but don't. Hi, Steve. How are you doing, sir? Cheers from my place in Paris, France. That's Voltman K.H. Sherman. Oh, we're live from Wisconsin. Getting ready to work on Orwell. When will you be driving the new Ford cab over once it's complete? What will happen to Orwell? Well, yes, the Ford cab over will initially be driven by me. Orwell will then take a break. Once I know the Ford is reliable, you got to remember this is long term. Okay, we still haven't redone the differentials going in that Ford. We have not rebuilt the engine that came out of the Ford. We have not. I haven't even decided which transmission to put in. I think I'm going to use the same tranny that came out of. I think it's best to match the transmission that came with the differentials, which would be those three components came out of the 352 Peterbilt. Spin the camera. That 352 Peterbilt. So, matter of fact, right there, the diffs are right there. Angle it down quick. The differentials are right there behind, right there, you see them. And then the engine for the Ford's right behind it, too, next to the P. So, yeah, it's best, I'm thinking, to have a matching engine and transmission. Transmission and diffs. Provided that tranny will go with that engine, we should be okay. I think it'll bolt on fine. Just some little knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a bone type stuff I got to figure out. And it will get that handle. But that's my idea anyway. But yeah, tranny's got to be rebuilt. Engine's got to be rebuilt. Both diffs got to be rebuilt. Everything sandblasted, painted. So it'll be a process. But the idea is once that's driving it on the road, Orwell's going to start getting a bunch of work done that I'm not going to shut him down to do while I'm actually driving the truck. So one thing I would like to do, actually sooner, I had a guy talking about polishing out the paint on Orwell, but that idea might have died on the vine. We'll see in the future. I'll reach out to him again. But I would really like to completely repaint Orwell, like completely strip him down, completely repaint, take care of all the body work, all the little stone chips and things, get them all cleaned up, removed, painted up nice and glossy and all of that. To be honest, I am considering approach when I can. I'm considering approaching Fitzgerald Collision Center. They're the guys that are doing. They're painting Weston's truck for Tim. The sleeper, the cab, the doors, the hood, all that stuff. And when I saw in a video, it's just amazing, awesome job. And they will work with YouTubers, obviously. So you should check them out. They're hooked up with Semi Casual, the whole Fitzgerald conglomerate down there. And from what I see, they do great work, and they do a lot of custom work. And I know they do more like the brand new stuff, but they'll work on old stuff too. I've seen them do it. So I'm like, I'd like to make inroads with them to try to talk to them about doing Orwell a full on paint job. But yeah, once Orwell is not, I'll never get rid of Orwell. Orwell built this channel. So I'm never getting rid of him. But I would like to see Orwell get a lot more work done. But with me being the only man in the shop until Chris comes up here in the spring to work full time, it's just me doing everything. So Orwell can't go down for a paint job. Orwell already has to go down because it's just a truck that needs maintenance. So I have to have another truck to drive when Orwell goes for the big paint job. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to take the cab off the frame or just bring it down as one unit. Don't really know. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. But yes, I will be driving the Ford cab over. Orwell's going to start getting some stuff done. I am going to start, maybe I'll do the paint job on that first. I am going to get the 352 back going. Why would I get rid of it? It's a good truck. I should get it going again. That came with a Caterpillar 3406A. Again, re-rail it, put different set of rears, transmission in it, and make it more of a driver-friendly truck with the drive line, I think. Um, Meaning it had no power steering. I like to put power steering in it. I'm kind of thinking it might literally just get set down on a modified like a 379 frame or a newer Peterbilt. That way, I got the newer suspension, newer rear ends, and so newer meaning 90s, and have the cab over on that 90s chassis is the idea. I mean, if money was no object, I would put a brand new, like I did when I interviewed the guys from Caterpillar at Matt's. I would put one of those brand new C15 Caterpillar. Like, those are brand new. Problem is, they're $51,000 with a core. $51,000. So, if money was no object, I would do that, and I would just absolutely love it. But no, that's probably not in the card. So I'll rebuild the A model and run it. To be honest, I think with this government being the way we're doing, with potential for speed limiters, the way around speed limiters to have an engine that can't be speed limited, i.e. mechanical. So that's your exemption. Same with Orwell. So I don't know. I might just be the king of the old crap and just make a full-on everything old school and, F them all. I'm not going to mess with that. But that's kind of what I'm thinking in the long term. Oh, snap. We got some super chats in here I got to get to. Yikes. Someone paid up. Wow, that's awesome. We ain't leaving till you hit that button. Oh, the like button. Orwell is bleeding. Nah, he's just dripping coolant. Just sweat, man. That's all. It was nice meeting you a couple weeks ago on exit 201 in Iowa. I don't know if you remember that or not. Great, good videos. Exit 201. Is that Brooklyn? Yeah, that would be Brooklyn, wouldn't it? Had to be at the quick. It would have. I don't remember specifically. I meet a lot of fans while I'm out there, and I don't mean to be I don't mean to sound like I'm bigger than I am, but I do meet a lot of fans while I'm out on the road, and I enjoy it. I really do. But I don't necessarily remember each and every one. So if we would Iowa at the 201, that sounds like Brooklyn at the Quick Trip to me. But yeah, sometimes, listen, if you see me on the road, stop by, say hi. Like, don't go knocking on my door if you don't see me in the truck. It means I'm probably sleeping or I'm somewhere else. But if I see you walking up to the truck, I'll pop the door open and say hi to you. If I'm in a hurry, I'll spend some time. But in the end, I'll let you know I'm in a hurry and you got to go. Now, if I got nothing but time, I'll probably yap your ear off. You'll be like, all right, man, get the hell out of here. I got to go. But you'll tell me that. Trust me. But yeah, I really appreciate it because, listen, if people weren't watching the videos and wanting to come up and shake my hand, I wouldn't be able to do the things I do, and I'm very grateful for that. And I always will be grateful. There's actually a celebrity story. I met one celebrity, like a genuine, full-blown celebrity in my life, and that person actually spent a considerable amount of time with me and took pictures with me and my son with my yellow Peterbilt. And I've always thought about that. Who is that? All right, sorry, I got a phone call. Hopefully, let me know if oh crap, I'm so far behind with comments. I'm going to hope the audio has got better. Chris Fuller says that I'm going to try to get to him fast. Damn it, I hate when that happens. Said Yukon or Suburban. It is a Suburban. What's your opinion on and Scania that Bruce Wilson has? I think they're cool. Honestly, I don't know about them. I know the guys in Europe love that brand of truck. The ones Bruce has, I don't know. I know he chopped the roof off one and he does tractor pulls with it. And I honestly have too many friends on YouTube that I don't follow each and every one. I know Bruce has Scanias. I don't know much about them. I don't know the ones he has versus one he doesn't. I don't know. He's gone in that direction and he's doing good with it. So he seems to like them. He buys them. So you got to ask him. And he bought that big trailer for the new Hemi Dually. Actually, I had the big trailer first. That big trailer fully loaded overloads the single rear wheel 2500 if I put a truck camper in the load bed. Didn't have enough tire. That's why I ordered the Dually and took a financial beating because interest rates between when I bought the 2500 and the 3500 went down. Let me tell you, there's a $20,000 difference in truck and the payment doubled. That's just that's the extra cost. Actually, no, the extra cost was eaten up because I didn't even let me reword that real quick. When I traded in the 2500 for the 3500, when I traded 25 in, I was given more than I owed. So what the extra was, I used as a down payment on the dually, right? There's a $20,000 difference between when I purchased the first one and purchased the dually. It was actually $22,000. Okay, take the money, and it was a considerable amount of money that I took as down payment from when I paid off and took the extra in my put in my pocket. Took that to down payment on the dually, but the payment, because the interest went from really low to dumb, the payment got doubled, not quite doubled. Yeah, it went up about like $400, four. That's so it was a lot of money to lose. But yeah, I was overloading the other truck, so that's why I decided to not overloading at the time. And I still haven't bought the truck camper, so I guess maybe I wasted my money, but I will soon. But yeah, the 2500 single rear wheel with the big trailer fully loaded, cannot do that and truck camper together. That's why I did the dually. And the 2500 was already Hemi powered, so I knew the platform and I loved it. Good afternoon, Steve from Flint, Michigan. I wish I could have kept the other truck, to be honest, but it seemed dumb. There's another 84 for sale. Identical Orwell could be addition to your fleet. Where's that at, Doug Wood? Just curious. Is it the one with the big chrome chicken wing on the top? Because if not, I know two of the owners that had that thing. Say hi from the Netherlands. Love your videos. Maybe use a tablet or cheap laptop to read comments while live. Well, I just do this to the phone. I tried that once with Jen's phone, and Jen's was acting goofy that day. So can't wait to hear how you handle those road Raiders on a Gentry trip. The worst with the green was the two Peterbilts, the green truck pulling a coal bucket. He's lucky that my GoPro batteries had died, because if they didn't and I released a video, they'd probably try to lock him up, like legit. He, as far as I'm concerned, tried to kill me. So yeah, that was brutal, and they were in Peterbilts. And Tim talked about it a little bit on his videos. Hi from Sweden. That's Richard Gustafson, I think it's pronounced. Yeah, the new diesels run on cat piss. Yeah, that's right. No cat pee for me. Hey, Steve, have you tried any of the Hot Shot Secrets product on Orwell? Actually, I was getting ready to dump the original Stiction Eliminator if I do the service on this. If I could find it locally, I'll probably dump some. I never tried it yet, believe it or not. I probably should have. One of these days, I'll try it, see how it does. Easy way to tell. But I'm curious to take the intake boot off. You reach in and spin the turbo. You should be able to easily tell the difference between the way it is. Oh, excuse me. Between the way it is now and the way it will be. So that'd be interesting. And I got to take the boot off the front of it anyway, so I'll be able to see if Jen's in the house. Is Jen live in the chat, or no, Jen's not here. Or maybe Jen is in the chat. I didn't see. Oh, there she is. That was a while ago, I think. Oh, wow. Crap. That was a long time ago. Man, I'm so far behind on comments. Oh, my God. I feel bad. All right. I'm going to have to abandon reading all the comments. But some people put super chats in here. At least there's one big one. Yikes. Scott Young. Good God, man. He's the big baller right there. Happy Monday, Steve. You have any experience with N14 Cummins? Looking at a 94 W900. He dropped $279.99 Canadian. $279.99 Canadian, which came out to $211.54 US. N14 Cummins. Yeah, my blue Freightliner had the N14 Select Plus. I had that truck for only 3 years-ish. It had one problem with it the entire time I owned. Two. One was one of the bolts where the cam followers bolt into the side. One of the bolts were coming loose, and I had to reseal it and put the bolt in. Done. That was it. The other problem was it was having a low fuel pressure problem that if you turn the engine off, turn it back on, it would solve itself for 5 minutes, 5 hours. Same fix every time. I think it was the fuel cutoff. Like a solenoid valve at the pump somewhere in there. I don't really know that Cummins. Matter of fact, I don't know Cummins at all, to be honest. I took it to the Cummins dealer in Green Bay. I think it was like $300, and it came back. Never had another problem again. Only two problems I had. I ran that truck 3 years, never had an issue. So I did not like the well, pulling hills going down the road, it was comparable. Um, Now the electronic caterpillars, when you pull away, and listen, I'm going to get in detail. He paid a lot of money for this question. I'm going to overload him with the answer. When you pull away with a mechanical cat, you have to give it a little bit of throttle as you pull away. Mechanical. Electronic cats take your foot completely off the throttle, work the clutch alone. And as soon as the truck starts moving, you come off the clutch all the way. When you come off the clutch all the way, now you can give her power. You literally could take off with a fully loaded truck that way without ever giving it throttle until you're completely off the clutch. You cannot do that with that N14 Select Plus. You have to throttle it and clutch it, feather it, if you will, at the same time. The electronic cats were different. The 60 Series Detroits, if I remember right, same thing. You come off the clutch, off the fuel completely, clutch only, come off the clutch completely when you're done, throttle, float them the rest of the way you're done. But that N14, you had to clutch and throttle. Other than that, pulling a hill, did fine. But, that's basically that's my answer to the better one, or if they're good. I think they're good. The engines, like I said, mine 3 years, I had no trouble with it. So that's that. Juno is awesome. He's all talking about Alaska there. Where are you going to put some new... They're back there. They got to get polished and put on. We're working on it. Rode my bike from Nova Scotia to Alaska, Valdez, and back. That's got to be an awesome trip. Omar Youssef says another YouTuber called JBG Travels. He did that last year, 2022. He rode his gold wing from Sheboygan to Dead Horse, Alaska. Now that's a ride. I'd love to try it. Long live when Orwell will be healed. Yep, not that further away. Quit talking, I get working, that's all. Today is Washington's birthday. Yeah, well, today's the mix of presidents. I don't know what day actually officially is Washington. It's always on a Monday, so I don't think he was born necessarily, on a Monday, but I'm not sure what the actual date was. You might just have a cold water leak. Leaks from a hose clamp not tight enough. No, where I saw it, it's no clamp. It's the tube that comes down in that elbow. There's an O-ring in there. And that O-ring cracked, not O-ring. The elbow cracked in the past, or it got wore out from rubbing. So it was replaced with a new one that had a pinhole and a crack because of cheap Chinese steel with very terrible casting. And then this is the third one, the original one, replacement 2. Replacement 2. Somewhere in that area, I don't know if the elbow's cracked again or if just the seal went bad or maybe the tube cracked. Who knows? Unless it's something else and it's, dripping down. I haven't tilted the cab up to 2. Are you going to do a full restoration on a Suburban? No, Shippy, we're just going to basically get it going good enough. New tires, new brakes. Not doing a full-on resto on a 99 Bourbon. I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. My dad's 89 Suburban that I still have that he bought brand new. But that thing's a rusty pile because it was driven in. But that was my dad's sentimental reasons why I got it. No, this is just going to be repainted, new brakes, tires, made to run perfect, and then give it to them. Yeah, bear in mind, a new family, and she's a relatively new driver. She's been driving less time than Matthew has, so sad to say, likelihood is the truck's fate will be piled up. So we're not going to restore it. We're going to get it back to running good. It needs some work. It does need work. But yeah, I'm just going to go through make sure absolutely the brakes completely replaced, new tires, check the alignment, redo clean up, redo the inside, and then send it, basically. See here. My uncle drove his bike from Alaska to Connecticut. Like, oh man, these are getting me really thinking. It's the Constanza says, wow, Scott, huge donation. And Scott's a big baller up there. But he's got to work twice as hard. His money is worth almost half as much. So he's got to work hard for his money. Any word on the new merch? This might be a good week to actually talk to him about it. But now I got tied up in this. So yeah, fairly soon, I'm going to get back on it. We are gonna come up. We got to come up with other T-shirt ideas. So I got the original Orwell shirts that I had done with the the Godfather theme one. Got them. Maybe a couple other ones I might do with Orwell. Um, the Ford cab over might do something. I'll figure it out. But yeah, it's on the agenda. It's just not. It's just right now I can only do so much with so little. You know what I mean? I'm burning the candles at both ends at this point, which actually is slowing down to me. Normally, I don't just burn the candle on both ends. I throw the whole damn candle in a fire and watch it melt whole. Do you have any new plans for the chapel trailer? Anything different? Nah, merch trailer. Take it to local shows. Let me and whoever YouTuber friends I got sell the merch out of the back area. The front end's an office and a little futon bed. So that's perfect for traveling for like shows and stuff like that. I gotta figure the legality side of it as far as how to register the truck or trailer. Register to me power only through a motor carrier, or just keep one truck as a personal unit, haul that only. That's it's a legal issue with registration and insurance and stuff, but that's the idea for the chapel trailer. But we got to go to channel a lot bigger for that to start paying out. So that's the game plan with that. What's with the yellow cab over? Well, I've had that. That's the first cab over I ever owned, and my plan is to get it back going again in the future. That's why we got a full-time mechanic, because we got a lot of stuff to do, and only me to do it. Plus, I got to drive, so I'm only so much. Then listen. I drive the truck, I make the video, I edit the video, and I work on a truck. I'm doing too much. Randall, it's a 352. Yeah, that is the yellow Peterbilt is a 352. Orwell is a 362. Philip Lee says Orwell needs some love. Orwell always needs love, but he's loved every day. So what he gets is what he gets. That is one reason I started to watch. I like some of the loads that you haul, and I heard your name from Tim Gentry's. I heard your name from Tim Gentry's. Keep up the good work and the videos too. I am trying. Watching from Fort Francis, Ontario, just across the border from Minnesota. Coincidentally, I was just talking about in the video that's coming out tomorrow. What is it, the Minnesota angle? That's a little piece that sticks up on the top of Minnesota that got this little piece of land stuck where you either go through Canada or by water or plane. It's just this landlocked little piece of land that the surveyor screwed up. I was just talking about that. I want to go check that out. I want to go there. Are you going to participate in the New York trucking strike? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, so a lot of drivers after the screw job that the New York courts are doing, and it has to do with politics. A lot of supposedly, I think that'll start. Honestly, I think it's not going to happen, but here's why. Somebody in Chicago posted a video on X, Twitter, and said that, and then he deleted it when the news picked it up, and then said, I agree with it, but I don't want to be leader of that whole thing. Listen, New York is extremely predatory to trucks, period. Okay? I've been calling it the Imperial State of New York for a long time. Look on Trucker Path how many places DOT sets up. I did a whole video about that. Go on Trucker Path, look at State of New York, and it's just littered with nothing but scales and DOT spots. Go to the same size circle to any other part of the country, and you don't see half of them, a quarter of them. But New York, it's full, completely full. The New York is very predatory to trucks. New York City, especially, is super predatory to trucks. So I support this only in the fact that take the politics and who they're trying to screw over away. Take that completely out of it. I agree with it, but take that out of it. The fact that New York is super predatory to trucks, nothing should be delivered to New York because of that alone. If you are predatory to the trucking industry should not, you can quote me on this, anywhere. Any government, whether it's state, local, federal, any government that is predatory to trucks should not service that government, period. That's my opinion, okay? So yeah, that's my stance on that. New York is predatory to business. New York is predatory to its people. So yeah, that's how I feel. Take the politics side and who is screwing away, okay? New York is predatory to trucks. Trucks should Let me rephrase that. New York is predatory to trucks. Trucks should not service New York. My personal opinion. If it becomes a thing, we'll see. But honestly, just like the last bunch of stuff that the news brought up about truck drivers, doesn't happen, or at least doesn't happen in large enough numbers for it to affect change. And I think that unlike the Canadian truck strike that happened, and you saw what the Canadian government did to them guys, unlike that, they had some real, genuine problems. We as a trucking industry never had that problem. Why is it that, and I'll bring that up in this live, I suppose, because you brought it up. Why is it that all the problems that our country has falls on truckers to solve? We're the only business out there? Are we the only small business out here? What about the gas station owners? What about the restaurant owners? Restaurant owners got screwed by New York big time, still are. What about the, like I said, restaurant owners? What about the store owners? What about, real estate? What if you're a real estate broker in New York? No one's buying in that place. Really? We're not the only small business operators in this world. How come it's fallen on the truckers to solve with convoys of things that have nothing to do with trucking? But yet everyone looks on us to take care of business. Maybe because we're a lot of veterans like myself and I don't want to say his name. He knows I still talk to him. The Iraq veteran that got hurt in the army. You got guys. Maybe because we're a lot of veterans. I don't know. But trucking always has to step up to help what nobody else will. So why has it got to be us? Let the restaurant owners take care of New York. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I think any place is predatory to trucks. Trucks ought to just walk off. California shouldn't have a truck moving, period, in my opinion. But if I say it, no one's going to follow me. So I'm just going to make my money and go on about my business. If it gets to be a big thing, we'll talk about it. Till then, nah, I'm not involved. See here. I'm probably so far behind on comments, but I got a lot of people giving them. Oh, yeah, sorry. Steve Mullins gave $1.99. Thank you, Steve Mullins. I don't know why, but thank you again. The Void kicked up another $2. Like your video. Say hi to Orwell for me. Oh, there he is. Hi. There we are. Steve, if you're trucking up in Canada, I would love to give you an arm pump for Orwell. An arm pump? Oh, like what, like that? Oh, yeah, well, I'll just do it anyway. Just beat the horn. There's no air in. I would jump up in there, but there's no air. What's wrong with Orwell? It is leaking coolant. Are you a Packers fan? No, I'm not even an NFL fan. I did not watch the Taylor Swift show, and I wish both would lose. That's my opinion. Ever notice trucker horror movies always have cab overs? Duel was a long-nosed Pete, a needle-nosed Pete. Goliath on Knight Rider was a cab over, though. I don't watch many horror. Jen would have to comment. She watches more horror films than I do. Never gotten into them. Have you ever trucked to Canada yet? Yes, I used to all the time when I was running for Price Trucking. I used to bring a Kenworth up there, and brings up a good story. I never figured out how you get 4 inches of travel out of a brake chamber that can only give you 3.5. You can ask Ontario DOT that. I don't know how that, because I remember they shut me down for out of adjustment brakes that weren't really out of adjustment. And then they wrote the numbers on the side of the tires in chalk. And when I got back to the yard, they asked me, like, what's that? I did, that's to measure the stroke on the push rod. They're like, not possible. There's not even enough, like, it says 4 inches of travel. I'm like, I know particular chambers, I think the steers, they're like, there's only 3 inches of stroke. How do you get 4? I don't know. But yeah, but then I guess, what was it, after, I don't know when they started requiring you to get your passport to go into Canada, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't for me. I got no problem with Canadian people. I think your government has absolutely gone bat-crap crazy. I would wonder how long till we have to build a wall at the northern border to keep the Canadians out when that government goes absolutely crazy, like not much crazier than they are now. But I like the people. The government's insane. I like the people. Have you ever looked into anything at SH Tube has laying around? We're looking to them like a truck or products they got. Actually, I told Tim I was called down there. That's the thing with me. I don't like the freeload. So I mean, just that too with SH Tube. I know I'm terribly behind in the comments. I'm going to try hard. Apparently, I'm just going to be a a Q&A question, a Q&A video today, not even a working video like I had planned. But that's okay. Hey, I got almost 600 of you guys on here. Excuse me. It's almost 600 of you guys and watching the videos, asking questions. Well, whatever it is, what it is, whatever you guys want, I'll get you. So yeah, SH Tube is doing a giveaway. They want guys like me, owner operators. If you're an owner operator, small trucking outfit, one truck, one driver kind of situation like I am currently. SH Tube wants to work with you. What they want to do, what they're trying to do, is I saw the video the other day. So Robert from SH Tube, they do custom stainless. Like they'll make you, like he literally can make a whole new grill for Orwell. He could literally make, see this piece here? If I wanted, he could make that out of stainless. Probably can make the whole emblem. They're the masters of stainless work is what they do. Anyway, what they want to do is they want to try to get a giveaway where they do up to say around the $10,000 mark to customize your truck. And all you got to do is email SH Tube. You got to find their video. It's the biggest giveaway yet. That's the video. Anyway, watch that video, and he explains how to do it. Basically, all you got to do is email. You don't have to do nothing. Just send him an email on why you deserve to have that kind of work done in your truck. And the way Rob explains it, basically, he's going to have the grandbabies. They get a hat with a bunch of names, numbers, or however which, pick them out, and whoever gets it is the winner. So when Tim was doing a live where Rob was at Gentry and Son's shop, and they were talking about it, all of a sudden their comments were like, hey, FS contest, would you do up Orwell? And I was like, no, stop. See, that's the thing. I know Rob wants to do some stuff for Orwell, but I don't want to owe Rob. Now, Rob would get exposure on my channel. That's true. I've met him. I don't know him like as well as Tim does. I met him. I met Bubba Branch when we were at Max last year. So I met these guys. But I don't feel like I don't like putting myself out there and asking for free crap so I can promote your stuff on the channel. You follow what I'm saying? Like a contract's a contract and a handshake's a handshake, and it's two things. But should I enter in a SH2's contest and should I win, doesn't that make it look weird for Rob? Doesn't it make it look weird for me? Someone's going to accuse that we iggy'd it up. Even Tim was saying on the live, that's a gray area. Now, Rob did say he wants to do some work on Orwell for me. Well, I just got to read. I asked him to give Rob my number. Of course, I could always call down and says, hey, this is Steve Feschek, FSC Trucking. I'd like to talk to Rob. And I'm sure Rob would just grab on the phone real quick. Because he's already mentioned on Tim's videos, I need to get my ass down there. And Tim has told me personally, I need to get Orwell down there. But I don't like the idea of just taking stuff for free. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'd rather be his friend and take nothing than work professionally and then have the like you owe me, I owe you thing. I'd rather shake the man's hand, be his friend than owe him anything. It's like when Tim called and wanted me to do the Escort, and people were asking me what did he pay and whatnot. We didn't discuss the money side of that until after the job was done. I didn't say this is what I need. He didn't tell me this is what it's going to pay. It was just like, job needs done. I'll handle it. We'll figure it out after the fact. We talked about it afterwards, but it's not about the money. That part of it's not about the money. I want to see him thrive. He wants to see me thrive. I want to see Rob with SH Tube thrive. There's people that do this YouTube thing in the space of trucking that are very different from me, but I still want to see them thrive. Look at Dominique. She's got a dump truck, completely different operation, whole other side of the country, completely different family setup with her and Bobby, because she's the face of the channel, where I'm the face of the channel, and Jen's at home now watching my live. Completely different, but I want to see them thrive. Her and Bobby both, obviously. I want to see them thrive. They got a whole nother life beyond the truck side of things, and I want to see them thrive. Look at like SH2. Look at Semi-Casual. They do brand new stuff. I do old school stuff, but they make trucking good. They put a positive thing to trucking rather than the same bland trash you see going down the road that looks like, it's just like some plastic factory pooped it out. I want to see these guys thrive. You follow what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. So that's my overall opinion. But no, I will not um I will not uh enter in that contest because I don't want to make Rob look bad. I don't want to make me look bad. Should one of the grandbabies pull my name out the hat, I'd rather just work with them. You pay for the product, or come up with a solution, or just hang out, shoot the crap, enjoy trucks, and hang out, and never do work on my truck. That's fine too. I'm cool with that. I've been cool with that for how long? I don't like begging. That's the thing. I like, how many times do you see? Oh, I thank people for the super chats. I don't ask for them. It took me a long time to even be convinced to put them on. They're there, but I don't ask. You give, you give. Thank you. If you don't, hey, we're in the same spot. Anyway, I know I'm way behind on comments by 20 some minutes. Good God. Wow, I'm talking a lot. All right, so I need to, still waiting on the two-stroke to make an appearance. Yeah, me too. Again, I got a lot of stuff going on. Like we discussed on the last live. I'm in the same exact spot I was a year ago. You know what this building costs to lease? You know how much work I've done in 1 year in this building? Not a lot. So yeah, it's I need to step up the game big time, and that's what I'm doing. So that the first step is the mechanic and getting work done. That's the biggest piece of all right now. I feel so bad. I'm so behind on comments. I gotta pass so many people. Omar Youssef says, I have a rhetorical question for you, Steve. What is the difference between a 352 and a 362? The 362 is very close to a 379 in styling. If you look quick, square headlights, the doors, they're, I think the 359 shares doors in these two. But the door handles, the styling, it's all basically the same. 352 had the older school truck. It had, instead of a pull handle, it had a grab and twist handle for it. Round headlights, smaller grill. It's just an older truck, but it's based on older truck stuff. 352 to 362 is like, I think 80, 81 ish, because the 352 is a 79, that's 84. So somewhere like 80, 79, 80, 81 is when they transitioned over. And that was not only in the cab overs, that was also in conventionals as well. And then the 359 ended in like 86, 87 area. Dale Barrett says, no loads to New York help Trump. I mean, Trump Tower needs trucks too. I mean, that's all I could tell you. But I don't know. Like I said, I think New York is just way too predatory to trucks. Really enjoyed watching you and Tim working together. Like you said, hope you guys do more. Well, planning on it, but there's no need for me financially to do it unless he has boat hauls. Unless he just rolled with him, just jumped in a truck and went with him on a trip, which I wouldn't mind doing. Honestly, what I really want to do with Tim is a cattle trailer. I want to do a cattle haul with him once. I've never ever done that. I mean, oversized boats is definitely very complicated, but as far as driving, going down the roads, oversized load, I already do them. Just not quite as big as that one. But what I really want to do, first time ever in my life, is a cattle haul. Oh, there was somebody who wanted to do that and said he would do that with me too. Somebody else, a subscriber. That would be cool too. I can't remember. He's supposed to, was I supposed to email him? He's supposed to email me. Oh man, I might have messed that up. Hey Steve, love your videos. I'm a big fan. Juanita Verge. I really need to get caught up on these comments. New York was bad even back in the 90s. It's worse now. It's way worse now. Tolls, New Jersey to Long Island, around $170. New York loves trucks. Yeah, they love to bend us over, and we're supposed to just take it. So, like I said, when we go out to New York with the loads we do, we're paid well for it. So, I don't mind going there, but I get my money when I do. Trust me on that. If it don't pay, I don't go. So, I'll definitely do it. I'll definitely go to New York. Just have to pay me. New York just had some bomb cyclone, and Steve missed it. I don't know if they were calling it bomb cyclone or they just calling it, what's the new one now? There's a new one that came out recently, like bomb cyclone with some atmospheric river. That was a new one. They just make this stuff up. They literally just make this stuff up. I know a trucker here from New York, and they are not moving here in New York, and they are not moving those trucks into that get fixed. I'm not sure what you mean in there, Joshua Merriweather. Hey, Steve from Spain. That's Barbara Sargilia? S? I don't know. It's hard to pronounce some of these. Looks like Barbara Agria, I think. Have you ever been to the UP in Michigan? Oh yeah, I've filmed Orwell going across the UP, going up over the bridge. I always get these Mackinac Bridge or Mackinac. I think Mackinac's what it is. I filmed it. It was not long ago. I did a video. I had a crane. I went up over across it. I picked up in Voltman KH Sherman says, "What are your favorite heavy metal bands?" Five Finger Death Punch for sure. But I love old school stuff too. I love the old school Metallica, Megadeth. I was a big Megadeth fan back in the day. Still am. I just modern stuff. Modern stuff. I love Five Finger Death Punch. Old school Pantera. I love Pantera. How many actual miles on Orwell? I actually don't know. Like for real, I don't know. Our government is on the same train as the Canadians. We are just on the back of the train off the cliff. Yeah, I sadly believe that to be true. Gonna be near Wausau anytime soon. Well, I'm not that far from it now at my shop in Wisconsin. I heard that truck show is probably gonna be the last one this year. Would like you to meet the Mike the Boston trucker or Mike the tanker driver. Life on 18 wheels, Louisiana. Hey, you never know. I got no problem meeting people. That's for sure. I reckon SH2 can make a whole entire cab out of stainless. They're that good at what they do. Now that would be a sight to see. That'd be heavy. It'd be a sight to see. Excuse me. I'm thinking a cab over DeLorean. Now that's an idea, Rob. Cab over DeLorean. Gull wing doors on a Peterbilt cab over. That would be badass. Still planning on getting the factory AC working on Orwell. I plan on everything. It's just that's so not important, so it don't get done. That's kind of how that goes. Andy Taylor, total respect your integrity, sir. Proper old school is a real pleasure to see. Love the channel and hi from the UK. Thank you, Andy Taylor. Appreciate that. Fat Man says I should take Orwell to SH Tube if all you do is get a shifter. Well, that'd be almost a sin. But yeah, I know what you're saying there. Just Trucking, that's another good one. He do also give away. Doing a giveaway. I believe you met him last year at Matt's too. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with Justin recently, I'll be honest with you. Again, he's a good dude. Channels are very different from one another, and I can't keep track of everybody. But yeah, he's a good dude. But yeah, I met them down there. They were blessed. Since Orwell is leaking coolant, that means possible blown engine due to possible. Really? From a water tube? Somebody else told me they didn't know how to start Orwell the other day. I told them to go F off. Lord Winter, you need to learn a little something. I mean, you literally could have just a pinhole in a radiator tube too. Where is the water leak at? It's up in front of the engine over by there's an elbow for the water tube that feeds the charge air cooler. That's where it's at. It's air to water, not an air to air. So it's good to see you hook up with Chad Keegan. He really is YouTube's wild man. Yeah, he is. I think it hurts him a little, but that's who Chad is. So you take him or leave him as he is. That's how I look at it. Would you like to meet Justin Sturgill, Cincinnati, Ohio dump truck operation? This is George Wilson. I'd have to ask Jen. Is that the guy we met down in West Virginia? Because he was up in that northern Ohio, ran a fleet of dump trucks. Jen would know if that was him or not. Hi, Steven. How are you doing those days? We're going to see the L9000 trucks. One fan. Hello, Louis Aguilar. Heck yeah, since the recession, 08, and then NYC's gotten worse and my mom are planning to move. Omar, let me tell you something. My parents bounced out of Jersey for much the same reason. Medical neglect almost killed both of them, and now my sister's trying to do the rest in a family takeover. And the only reason I'm leaving my sister alone is because she takes reasonably medical care of my mom. When that stops, she better lawyer up with the money she don't got. But yeah, medical neglect is why my parents left New Jersey, so I'd recommend you do the same, especially if your parents getting old. Would you ever drive a GMC Astro cab over? I test drove Oh yeah, it was Astro. A test drove one once at a 671 Detroit, the inline six. I wanted to buy it. That was way many years before I even thought about YouTube. That was probably almost 20 years ago. I drove that thing. Just test drove it. I came close to buying it. It was cheap enough, way cheap enough. It was just maintaining it was a thing at that time. I had no idea how I was going to do it, so I didn't. But yeah, I would. I wouldn't say no to a GMC Astro. Hell no. I absolutely would take that in a heartbeat. Red alert weather day is our new local fear. LOL. That fits finalized trains. Where's that at? I never heard that one yet, but I'm sure it's coming. If they do, I'll make a t-shirt with it for sure. We'd love to hook you up with Trucker Josh in Canada. Well, that's the problem, because Trucker Josh gonna have to come down to States because I ain't going to Canada. I need to get a passport to go do that, and I have no interest in going to Canada, especially with a rig. But I'll meet any YouTuber, to be honest with you. You know how that goes with me. Too much rolling coal in Utah, Steve. Well, it's because of the elevation. The truck has no way to adjust for the elevation, the thinner air. So thinner air means more fuel. Not because it's more fuel, it's just less air, which means more fuel. That's why it rolls coal that bad in the elevations. But here's another little issue that's starting to brew in Orwell I need to look into while I have the cab up. I think I got the right tool to be able to do that on this thing too. You have to watch the videos coming up to see what's going on there. Hello, Steve from the Upper Peninsula, Michelin. There you go, Michelin tires, Michigan, Escanaba to be exact. Yes, you are going to make match next month, Steve. Yes, in fact, I got to start talking about that on the videos. I'm behind on that, so I forget the dates. Thursday, first day of match. I am going to be at the Green APU booth from 1 to 3. So come to the Green APU booth at Max 1 to 3. And honestly, beyond that, if people are still coming around, look, you know me. If people want to come meet me, come at the Green APU booth. I'm scheduled to be there from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But if it's 3:30 and there's still people hanging out, guess what? I ain't leaving. I'm going to stay right there until the last people see me. Oh, so yeah. So be at the Green APU booth Thursday at first day of match, 1 o'clock to 3. So set up for 2 hours. And this time I got Dottie good pictures, so I don't have to deal with that goofy thing I got over there. I gave her some good pictures, so that'll be great. Also, we'll see if the phenomenon still holds. It is the funniest thing on earth when I do a meet and greet anywhere. Doesn't matter where it is. Usually, a couple, husband and wife, will come talk to me, introduce. Usually, sometimes it happens backwards. Oftentimes, it's the husband wants to meet me, shoot the crap. He'll introduce me to his wife, and then the wife will stay approximately 20 feet away. And she won't want to say anything or do anything. She's over here shooting a bull, having a great time right now. And the wife's like, over there, just kind of like standing. I'm like, I don't have to cooties or nothing. I'm not going to bite you. You won't shoot the same crap, too. Oftentimes, I make the joke, but that seems big. So a lot of times, too, the wife will introduce the husband to me, and then the wife will take off. But very rarely does the wife stay in the conversation and shoot the crap. She just like, I guess, all right, I'm tired of you. I'll see you enough on my living room TV. I don't want to talk to you. But I keep telling Jen, you're going to see that. It's so funny. I said, good. Jen can go talk to the wife. They're afraid to talk. I don't know why. It's funny. See here. Oh yeah, and Jen will be there too. Jen's coming to Matt too, so that'll be awesome. I can't wait. But yeah, Green APU booth Thursday, 1 p.m. to 3. I'll be doing a meet and greet, and if there's people beyond that, I don't care. I'll stay there all day. Do I like country music? Yes, I do, John Jewel. But it's gotta be good country music. And the country music I like is not what's played on radio. Leave it at that. Somebody, I'm trying to think. Somebody took Orwell's early videos and sent it to me on Instagram. I'd have to find it. What is it? I think it's Outlaw by Upchurch. And they mixed a bunch of video from Orwell. And that's the first time I heard that song. I love that song. But yeah, a lot of stuff that's country that won't be played on radio, that's usually the stuff I like when it comes to country music. If it's on radio, I'm probably ain't listening to it. The video in New York with the loading of the dump trailer was epic. Yeah, that made awesome views. That record driver, man, he's like me, but more successful. He don't take no crap, but he wanted to get the job done. He took pity on me, but yeah, that was a hell of a job. That was insane. But we got it done though, didn't we? Can you get the part you need? Can you get the part we need to fab it? Oh no, you can buy basically anything from Caterpillar for this engine. It's readily available, and if it's not in stock, it's available within 2 days. Have the best camera angles for any trucking channel. That's why it takes 4 hours to edit a video. Why I'm lacking time. Those Orwell and other trucks has his age and heater plugs for the cold starts. We just get in, so I've always just you. But that particular day with a cold start, I didn't have time. I had to just push the button. It'll crank till it fires, or catches fire, or battery dies. One of the three, it'll happen. But yeah, I had no choice that day. I had to get going. I should have came the night before and fired up and got him inside, but I didn't. So I hear you, and I'm the same with the family drama and bull crap. It's only contributing to the fuel for the fire to get done. Yeah, man, you got to do what you can. And if you see problems coming up there, or Omar, you gotta nip them in the bud. One of the biggest mistakes that I made was my sister started a crap regarding she wouldn't sign a permission slip for me to park the trailer on that property because I felt that Tanya was going to try to cause me ownership issues with my trailer, even though I was using it to store my parents' stuff. And when she simply wouldn't sign a waiver saying I had permission to park there, my parents got pissed and called me and says, you know what, maybe we shouldn't even move at all. Maybe we should just have you lock up the trailer and walk away. Or my dad was like, well, how much did it pay you to just empty the trailer in the house, take your trailer and go home and call the whole thing, just be done with it. I honestly, I should have at that point just locked the trailer up and drove away. And I told my dad, figure it out. Call me when you figure it out. But I'm not going to do any more work. And I'm not going to contribute to the madness. Tanya, my parents had a conversation, and then my parents called me and says, finish the job. So I finished the job, and I regret doing it. I should have just walked away. And they would still be in Jersey. Sadly, it probably would have passed, but they would have had the freedom. I love Chevy cab overs. Yeah, there were a few. Tim would gladly take you on a bull haul with him. Wear your boots because you'll need to shovel some doo-doo to make the trip complete. I wear boots all the time. Dude, I wear boots in the beach. Oh, man, I can't read that comment. I know I'm so far behind. I feel bad just scrolling through them all. Have you ever pulled anything other than a flatbed with Orwell? The chapel trailer? No, I've never pulled any other. Yeah, my step deck. No, not my step decks and double drops. I've done double steps with them. I never like hauled a van with it. I'm not the only one to see you soon hit 100,000 subs. I am trying. Orwell's APU act up again? No. It must have been crappy fuel. You'll see the video I made yesterday. It just fired right up. No trouble at all. It is due for service. I think it's about 80 hours and it's due for service. You service them every 1,000. So next time I get through Lamont, Illinois, I'm going to have Green APU service it for me. Hey, Steven, your friend Fall River, Mass. When coming to my neck of the woods, say hi. Shake my hand. That's Louis Aguilar. Appreciate that. Joshua Marinthus is old school country. I like old school, but I like the newer stuff. I like, I'll give you an example. I like guys like Newbury, Terrence Howard. I don't know if you call that hip hop, country rap, whatever. Colt Ford. Who's that guy that does Earl Dibbles Jr. that did with the whistle? Granger Smith, like him. Brantley Gilbert, I like him. He gets played on radio, but the better stuff I don't think does. Everybody on planet Earth loves Jelly Roll. I don't know what you call him, but I love Jelly Roll. He's a badass. That's a badass mofo right there. Yeah, stuff like that I like. Moonshine Bandits. There's another one I just found recently. It's pretty relatively unknown, but I like. Matthew, when he left here. Well, Matthew on the other thing was saying he didn't mind. I don't like getting into what my sons do for a living. Both my sons are very, I word this. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it, but Matt was like, it's okay to do it. My sons both work for the same people, different divisions. Say it like that. Uh, Specifically, they both work for the same department. Matthew works for one, Sean works for the other. That's that. But when Matthew left, I'm dying laughing here. When Matthew left, he played a song. I forget who sings, who the band it is. The song is like, it's called "Everyone's an Outlaw." It's like I was raised up by a simple man. I grew up with a gun in my hand. Taught me what's wrong. Taught me what's right. Like that, right? That's the song. That's Matthew. He played that song. We were dropping him off in Appleton so he can go on to higher education in California. And because he's one of the Hollywood guys. Those that no. I'm giving you gems. Figure it out. He played that for us in the pickup truck, and we were listening to it. And Jen just bawling. I mean, she's just crying, right? We would play that song after that, and Jen would just cry and cry and cry because she missed him so much while he was away at training. And then there was another one he started. We went to Glamis. That was the other thing, Matt. You got to play these songs. Matthew played this other stuff that we were listening to pickup truck driving from San Diego to Glamis. And the band is called I Am Jake Hill. One word, I Am Jake Hill. The one I love the most is I Chose Violence. And there's another one, I can't think of it. I used to play All Time in a Razor going up Oldsmobile Hill. That was awesome. I can't think of what it was called. I can't remember. But yeah, I Am Jake Hill. I love that stuff too. So that probably really throws you when it comes to music. I agree with you on country music. Will ever buy an emissions truck? Not intentionally. Upchurch is absolute fire. Yeah, Upchurch is cool. Do you read books? If so, what are your favorite titles? I haven't actually sat down and read a book in a long time. I was when we went to Hawaii. I was in the plane. I was rereading 1984. I got through about 3/4 of it. That's the last thing I think I read. I read another book too. It was all about deals and the art thereof. I read through that one about 3/4 of the way and stopped. But that's an older book. But I read that. I had my mom buy it for me like 4 years ago. Ever had any problems with your EP? No, APU's never had any trouble other than that one little stumbling issue. But again, that was a fuel problem. That came and went. I dig you, Steve, because you're an old school trucker. Let me know next time you roll through Oswego, Illinois, or Montgomery, Illinois, routes 30, 34, State Route 31, 71, or 25. That's going to be hard to remember there, George Wilson, but I'll try. I'm a big David Allan Coe fan. No stream available, said that. I just played one of his songs for Jen because I think of that song when I'm out on the road. The song "Please Come to Boston." I love that song because it makes me miss home. It honestly does makes me miss home because I think about Jen when I hear that song. I know I'm so far behind it feels bad. The Lax, yes, Smokestack, love Smokestack by The Lax. Yes. What's the best truck stop with the best trucker breakfast? The best one ever was Louise's on 78 in New Jersey. Long gone. But that was the best it ever was. Dean Corey said, I live in Valparaiso, Indiana, work in Whiting, Indiana. Hope to see Orwell in person on a road someday. I get through there. When we ever get a load of Tampa, Florida, I'd like to meet you in the cab over. We rarely go to Florida. When we do, it's always a bitch getting back. But yeah, we do go. It's just been a while for me to be in Florida. But I'm not opposed to going down there. Go back to Baltimore for a load. I'd like to meet you. Fantastic channel. Into heavy metal music, both new and old. There we go. That's Ray Y. Ever consider changing Orwell over to air? Why? Why would I? I don't even know if there's room. Like, there's not a lot of room. Like, the radiator, I could just about touch my fingertip to the core of the radiator. So that's about all you got. And between the grill and there is the evaporator. So there's probably a lot of mods to put an air-to-air in there. So I really have never thought of it. God, only leaking coolant, bars leak. No, no. I like my water pump not leaking. Hello, fellow trucker. Love it. Steve, what's up for the old Ford truck? Oh, working on it. I just ripped that rear axle out of it. Going to Matt, someone asked. Yes. How far back in comments am I? I'm afraid to look. 409, and these comments were 408. Okay, we're not that far back. Alrighty. Oh, we're at the end of the comments now. You are a hardworking man. I love always hardworking man, and I always love Orwell for life. Love that truck. When the CL 9000 ready to drive, haul loads with, and travel the world. Oh yeah. Hopefully we'll see you again on the road again. I don't know. Lisa, you saw me once. I don't even know who you are. That's interesting. But yeah, okay. Let's see here. So I haven't said it in a while. Let's get the work on the likes a little bit up here, huh? Let me show you some stuff while I'm yapping. Let me take the phone off the holder here. So this is what I did yesterday. Again, so I moved Snow White. Let me change this once. And then, see, now it's further away. It's easier to handle. So both Matthew and Lydia both told me that this name is Snow White. It's going to get repainted. This is their vehicle I bought for them as a wedding gift because my son and Lydia are getting married. So that's Matthew and Lydia. So when they get married, this is their wedding gift from me. There's no debt and no strings. They don't owe me nothing for it, but I'm going to go ahead and get it running properly. Needs tires, probably alignment, brakes all around, all the basic stuff. So what I did here was, well, this was from yesterday, the ladder being here. You can move the ladder out the way. Obviously now the rear end is missing, and now you can see what that A-frame was for this whole time. Now I got to hold up the frame and move it more forward. I sold the whole thing, or the guy gave me a deposit on it on PayPal. The mounts, the spring, the front mount, both sides are going. I'm keeping the wheels and tires, and the diff is now over here next to the chapel trailer. He's supposed to come down in a week, come get it. So yeah, there's the diff. I got it out of there yesterday. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday. And then I got Orwell warmed up and got him inside the shop. So see, if you ever come through Birmingham, Alabama, be careful on those roads. They're roughest in America. Potholes are you should see the video for tomorrow. Once you get to Arizona, the roads are insane. Hi, Steve. What is the leak on Orwell? Well, it's on this side here. We'll get to it. Hi, I'm new to your channel. Like older trucks, I hope to be truck driver. I love Orwell. It's Angela Griffin. Well, old trucks are hard to keep up if you don't work on them yourself. But trucking is a rewarding career if you know how to, you've got to work hard. You got to work harder than anybody else to put money in your pocket in this business. And you have to follow your lead. You can't follow everyone else. If you follow the guy in front of you, he'll walk off the cliff and you'll just follow with him. You gotta trust your instincts. I wouldn't doubt it if you met my brother Johnny Wiggs. He hauled for daily all erect and crane. Keen, he had a big black Western Star. Kind of looked like the old man from OCC. I don't think I've met him then, but obviously Orwell used to be a Keen truck, so a lot of them boys recognize that. I can't wait to watch Orwell one day in Ontario, Canada. Voltman says, nice wedding gift for your son's wedding. Well, this is primarily for Lydia to drive, not Matthew. But yeah, that's the idea. Keep him from having to go deep in debt and have a co-signer that might pull ownership. Hi from Danville, Pennsylvania. It's Robert Brady. All right, cool. So I guess I got through all the comments. That's good. So my thought process, I'd start actually getting work done in here and actually start working on Orwell now rather than just talking all day. So yeah, that's kind of the process. So the lead, let me drag the drain pan out. Let me change this over. If I flip it, let me flip it this way. No, that won't work either. Hang on. I get it. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. No, we just don't have a professional film studio here. We're just making do with what we have. Clamp. I think that works better. Oh, I see what's happening. All right. Sorry. I'm literally clamping my phone to a tripod with a GoPro clamp. All right. There we go. That'll work. Somehow I bent my damn swing plate. I don't know how I did that. Must have caught something on the road. But yeah, my swing plate bent. See? It's curved at the bottom. Well, it still swings, so it works good, I guess. I threw a drape pan underneath. Once I brought it in, it didn't drip a drop. Well, maybe one or two. That's the thing. I brought it in the other day. No, before this last run, I thought I saw a little water stain on the ground, but it could have been oil. It does drip oil. Now it's inside and the whole thing's warmed up. It doesn't drip no more. Go figure. But I saw where it was leaking, so now it's basically a leak path analysis is what I got to do, which is really simple, fancy Air Force wording that I learned when I was in the Air Force, how to track leaks. Is just find where the source is and eliminate it, which is a problem. So I'm going to go get started on working on it. Oh, yes, I was going to film a big video today, too. Trying to remember what GoPro was for that. It's over there. See, I got to get everything inside the cab stowed away and then start the cab tilt. I got to find my safety strap. It's probably next to the Harley, and I think about it. Damn cab jack leaks badly, so I got to put oil in that and get it tilted up. And then I can show you the leak. But I'm filming the big video too, so at the same time. So, let me see. Read a couple more comments. I'll get actually started in here. Lisa said, Benton Harbor, Michigan, when I seen you last year. Benton Harbor, Michigan. Can't say I remember. Sorry. I am new to your channel, and I like older trucks. Hope to be a truck driver. Love Orwell. Oh, that's Angela. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, follow your own path. Don't follow everybody else. Try to talk him out of that state to stay single. I've tried. We waste your time with that. In reality, not only do I like Lydia, I like her family. So she comes from good family, good people. So, I listen. Matthew and me have gone round and round with that. Nice winning. Oh, it's already. I messed that up. Hey, if you're just curious about the yellow rig in there, and will that be a backup for you? I'm not sure what I'm going to exactly do with it. But I know I'm going to put it back on the road, fix it up and drive it. How many? I just want to say, oh, thank you for my service. Yes, thank you. Hi from Liberty, Kentucky. Pops, really? It's Jen right there. Jen loves Lydia. She goes, I love Lydia. Yeah, she comes from a good family. I actually, like I said, my opinion of marriage is what it is, but I've given them my opinions, and I can't do nothing about it. I can't, I'm Matt's father, but I'm not his guardian no more. He's his own boss. So he's going to make his own life, he's going to make his life his own. Louise's Clinton truck stop in New Jersey, exit 13, I believe. Yes. They're supposed to be remodeling that eventually. It was an investment company. Keep up. Listen, I don't think the building even is there anymore. How does Orwell, I don't know what you're saying there. Oh, power compared to new trucks. Oh, listen, it depends on how you spec them. I mean, you get a big horse motor, and it'll just eat Orwell's. Like an example, you can get a factory C16, big C15 or whatever, eat Orwell alive. Orwell only makes like 400 horsepower. It ain't big. It's not a big monster power plant there. trick is longevity, not necessarily the power. My 99 Peterbilt, I put a crate motor in. It was a C16, 600 horse. Drive past everything. Absolutely drive past everything. Got about 5.5 miles a gallon. I didn't think it was bad at all for what it was and the weight we were pulling with it. Couldn't keep clutching it though. It ate clutches regularly. That thing was thirsty and it gave clutches. Ripped the hubby out of them. It would just crush the springs till there were no more. Now I didn't do my own work at the time, and the people that were doing the work, the guys that ran the shop at Whitmire at that time, were like, "This is the perfect clutch for that engine." Every year and a half, 2 years, put a clutch in that damn thing. So it's nice to have the most powerful truck on planet Earth, but if you're always putting clutches in it, that's just not fun. That might be for me. So I'm happy with lower power with a lot of longevity. That's always been the answer for me. Since the big horse days. Would I build another big horse truck? I probably would. I ain't gonna lie, but it wouldn't be something I would put a drop. Like look at Tim Gentry and Rooster, right? Who's he gonna put in that truck? And other than when Tim's doing those big wide loads, was like he was 84,000 pounds with that sailboat, so it's starting to get a little on the heavy side. But who are you going to trust to drive a truck like that with that kind of weight, That truck literally has enough power to break itself easy. So I don't know. We'll see what I can grow the channel into and what I can start building. The problem is right now is I'm involved in too many projects. Let's see. Orwell is a constant project just to keep them maintained. I unexpectedly wound up getting the Ford cab over and the chapel trailer. Both are projects in and of themselves. The Ford is a complete retrofit type deal to make them as close to original as it was while still capable of earning me money. The 352 got chopped up to donate parts for this truck. But the 352 is a project in and of itself. I don't know what direction I want to do with it. And then I have a whole nother engine, which is a 12V71 Detroit sitting in a machine shop that I still yet to pull a trigger on, getting it fixed, getting cylinders pushed in it, building that engine to put in a truck I don't even own yet because I can't find one. Nor do I have the money to be buying all this stuff or a place to put them. So that becomes a problem. So my answer now is to simply get that engine out of the machine shop in the process of putting these other things together, getting some more room in here, getting full-time hired help, which is coming in spring, and then I can start getting projects done. And then I think this channel is going to grow big time. But I got to get there first. That's the thing. So the next big step is getting a mechanic in here. But I just got too much stuff going on for one man to do. And honestly, it's been eating me up. So I got to do what I can. So that's where we're at. Just trying to get one thing done at a time. But I'm primarily right now focusing on maintaining Orwell and continue working on this Ford. That Peterbilt, it's just sitting there because I had to put it somewhere. Trailer's sitting there, couldn't stay outside, it's sitting inside. It's going to start getting worked on soon too, once I get the mechanic up here. But I've been muddling around trying to get the Ford finished, or at least started. I did drop off the fuel tank, the one side, as a model for the two new tanks. I got specs on that. Those are getting built. And then, like I said, after that, then I'll be able to put the frame template together and get the new frame coming. And, that's not going to be cheap. That's going to be a considerable amount of coin to get an all-new frame for a truck. So it's just, again, doing what I can. All right, read comments. I'm going to go up, get everything situated in the cab so I can tilt the cab without breaking my windshield. What do you think about those big Euro cab overs in Europe? They're definitely interesting looking, to say the least. They're cool. Like I said, they're cool looking. I'd love to go over there and visit and just like take a ride in some of them rigs. We'll see. How many gears in the 362? They're both 13 speeds. At least that's what came with them. God knows what's going to happen. Okay, I see what's going on here now. So yeah, I don't know what's going to go in the 352, but it came with a 13 speed. Angela Griffin says, not to confuse you from the first message, I'm a boy and I'm 13 years old and I'm using my mom's old phone. Using your mom's old phone. Well, it's better than you having your old phone at 13. Sorry, you probably don't like me for that, but 13-year-olds should not have phones, in my opinion. Use the one on the wall. The internet is not that safe for 13-year-old of any gender. Follow your dreams, man. 13, yikes. Follow your dreams. Just keep following your dreams. If that's what you want to do, push on, figure out a way to do it, and be the best you can at it. Watch people like me. Watch people like my buddy Tim Gentry. Consume as much content as you can and learn a lot before you get there. If you learn a lot before you get there, you're ahead of the game before you even start, right? Learn as much as you can. Pay attention. Again, follow your gut, not the herd. You do have to follow legal requirements, meaning like go to truck driver school and all that kind of nonsense, as far as getting your license and stuff. And then right now, you can't drive interstate, that's cross state lines, until you're 21. Now, in a regular car license, you can, but at 21, you can drive a semi-truck cross state lines. So that becomes an employment issue. But yeah, consume all the stuff you can, and you'll be ahead of the game. Learn as much as you can from whoever you can. Steve Webb says, do you like the look of the new Peterbilts? The new look of Peterbilts. Can't get over the one-piece windshield. Looks funny to me. Modern Peterbilt? Yeah. Modern Peterbilt? Yeah. Not for me. That's why shops like Semi-Casual are so important. Because somebody has to make chicken soup out of chicken crap. I can't stand new Peterbilt. Oh my God, that looks so terrible. The 389 is a 379 that went Aero, and that 589 is just a child drew it to look like a bubble, and if you kick it, it'll pop like a bubble. No, not for me. Like I said, that's why shops like Semi-Casual are so important, because someone's got to make chicken soup out of chicken crap. And that's the only way those trucks look good, is after shops like that get done with it. The Ford, am I going to powder coat the frame? No, it's going to come in bare steel, and we're going to paint it with farm implement paint, to be honest. Spray it. We're going to spray it right where Orwell sits, right there. I ain't answering that. Our cat engines, though. What do you? I'm not sure you're asking. I don't even know what your real name is. Obviously, Angela Griffin is your mom, because you're on mom's phone. So we can come up with a name for you. Come up with a nickname and then give it to us. I don't know what you're asking about Caterpillars. Nice on getting close to 100,000. Man, it's a slow grind. We're getting there. 99.1. That's my baby. 99.1. Yeah, we're getting there. Slow but sure, we're getting there. Old school European cab overs have more charm. I can't think of what an old school European cab over looks. I know what the modern look is now, because I see like there's a couple of who is it? There's another one. There's two females out there. I can't remember the other one. The name escapes me. They drive European cab overs. Both names escape me. One used to be a gamer. What the hell is her name? Blonde girl. Can't think of her name. Trucker Cassie. I can't remember Channel's name though. Yeah, Cassie is her name. I can't remember her damn Channel's name though. Her, and there's another one. They're both blondes, but yeah, they do a lot of European trucks. But yeah, I see what the newer stuff looks like. Chad Sticky Stuff, aka Glue. He says, I live in Grand Junction, Colorado. I was just out there. Tim needs to slow down on buying trucks. That's Jeffrey Boba Fett. Why does he need to slow down buying trucks? Like, seriously, why does he need to? PJ Hinson, I'm getting ready to find out how the hell to block your ass. What do you think about the Detroit? What do you think about the 60 Series Detroit 430, 470? In the trucking of ever was, The best engines that ever were, in my opinion, were the Caterpillar 3406B, Caterpillar 3406E, Caterpillar C15, Caterpillar C16. I guess you could build a C18. I have no experience with them. The Detroit 60 series of any of them. The people that I know more about Detroits than I do. Say the 12.7 liter was the best ever, specifically the BK block. And then there was the what else? What else do I include in there? And if you like noise, I just shouldn't really say that. They were not necessarily. I don't know how the reliability of 71 series two strokes were. But yeah, your Caterpillars and your 60 series Detroits in trucking ever was. Those are the best engines that ever were. Greetings from East Frisia. Her Hemlock. I can't even try it. I don't even know where that even is. Leaking coolant is not good when you're in the middle of nowhere. At least you're home. Yeah, but I think it was. Due was cold because I brought it inside and it warmed up, stopped leaking. Jesse and Jesse James says, what's Jen cleaning today? Something at home. She was doing laundry, hence the stuff I'm wearing now was washed this morning. Been following for a while. First live, love the content. Is JB Alberta. Lord Winter says, electric vehicles of all sizes are junk. I think there should be electric vehicles out there. I just don't think nobody should be forced to buy them. If you want to buy them, buy at your own risk. You get what you got. I just don't think anybody should be forced to buy them. That's my opinion. Me personally, don't want them. Angelica Larson, that's the other one I was thinking of. You're right there, Vernon Whalen, I think is right. The fat man. Tim got the second Argosy on the road. Yeah, because the one got wrecked, so we put that other one together because something's got to pull the Stinger trailer. So yeah, that's what he's doing. And somebody commented about him buying trucks. Don't worry about what he buys. Worry about what you buy. I think a lot of guys are jealous because he can buy more trucks and you can't. I'm not going to say I'm not jealous. I'm not hater jealous. I'm jealous wishing I could do the same. That's why I'm still out here working so hard. Why I think I'm filming this video, doing stuff like that. I mean, I could have just worked on a truck, but I started a live. I edited a video this morning. Today was going to be a light shop day, just determine where Orwell is leaking from if I get to it. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's okay. It's all good. But the point is we work hard to do that. So, I mean, don't worry about what Tim buys. Worry about what you buy. Worry about what you can't buy and then find out a way to buy it. Because I can't buy stuff that Tim can buy. I can't buy stuff that Cletus can buy. But I'm working hard so I can buy the stuff that they buy. See? Don't worry about what they're buying. Worry about what you can't buy and then go figure it out. Once computer is involved in running anything on your rig is doomed. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think the free market gave us the electronic Caterpillars like the E's, the C15, the 3406E. Once the EPA started screwing with them, then it became too many nannies. The computer was trying to please the EPA god rather than the power gods. If a computer is pleasing the power gods, you got massive power and you got an engine that'll outrun anything. But once the computer is programmed to please the EPA gods, you now have garbage. Is Orwell a crate motor or rebuild? No, Orwell is a 3406B rebuild, second rebuild. The second rebuild was done by me. It was in frame, and I did it in my old shop. If you go way back in my early videos, just look up like FSC Trucking 3406B first start or something like that. And that's literally me. I built for the very first time, but it's its second rebuild. Jen says, oh, that's my baby. She goes, I'm getting wings ready. I don't know. I might just be going home and eating wings. I might not be doing anything till tomorrow. How's the Ford coming along? Well, I'm leaning on it. Right now, it's just stripping down the frame, getting ready to work with it. We're basically ready to send the template out to get the new frame built. Took the rear axle out of it. I'm leaning against the frame right now, literally. Same thing here, Steve, doing the kids' laundry in mine. Always help them folding. Okay. And then it's about to cook dinner. Have a good, that's Jesse and Jesse James. Hard work always paid off. Absolutely. What do you like better, 379 old truck or Orwell? I have both. I had a 379. I missed my old 379. One, um, they both have their ups and their downs. Cab over can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. Big long hood Pete can be a blessing and a curse all at the same time. Depends on where you're driving and how. Deanna Smallwood says, Steve for president. My husband loves Orwell and watching you. Looking forward to Matt's. Absolutely. Come to the Green APU booth 1 p.m. to 3 on the Thursday. I forget the date, but Thursday, the first day, I'll be at the Green APU booth doing a meet and greet 1 to 3. And if it goes beyond 3, hey, bring it. People still standing there wanting to talk, I'll stand there all damn day. And knowing me, I'll probably come around the next 2 days as well, too. I'll be around. Find Tim, you'll find me. Find me, you'll find Tim. A bunch of us, we're all friends. I'll be around. Don't be hard to find. Please, this face, be easy to find. It's the ugliest thing where you see everybody running for the hills, that's when you know I'm there. Personally, I'm happy to see new stuff Tim gets is interesting. See stuff he comes across. I think it's great. He's saving the good old trucks, the old gold trucks. Well, he's got a larger fleet to run, and I think I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking for myself as a fan. Watching what he does and the amount of he has to do. Keeping old trucks running is difficult, and the guys he have are good, but he doesn't have a lot of them. And he already, I think, outgrew his shop. So I think he started leaning on the newer trucks to not be in the shop as much. But I know the last video he did, he was bitching and moaning. It was live. He was bitching and moaning that the new ones with the ISX. He's like, I own 3 of them, and all 3 are broken down. I'm like, it must be a junk motor. I mean, everybody hates those engines, and I think he's finding out reason why. I know nothing of it, so I can't tell you. But I think he tried going with the newer stuff to not have such, not be so heavy in the shop with trucks. But the newer trucks are still giving him problems, the computer issues and so forth. So I listen, he runs his business, he knows what he's doing. I think that's what's happening, but I really couldn't tell you. I want to try with all old school stuff is what I want to do, even if I'm heavy in the shop. But I don't have anywhere near as much success or overhead or all of that Tim's got. Tim's labor alone is like, because we talk about that stuff. I know some of the numbers are. The numbers alone for him are staggering, but he's got a many truck fleet where I'm just one truck. So, he's doing very well. He's just trying to find out a perfect way to do it. Ford needs a 3408, Steve. Chris Fuller said that. We're putting the original Cummins back in this truck. I would love to build a truck with a 3408. I'll be honest with you, if I could find one, I'd put one with a 3412. If you know what 3408 is for cheap, let me know, because right now with everything I got going on, everything's got to be cheap or it has to be very specific. Yes, the 12.7 I ran back in 98, my fuel mileage was getting an average of 6.8. Yeah, what I always understand, the Detroit 60 series they were the best fuel mileage engine, but not the biggest power. Cat was known for the power, but not known for the efficiency. Oh, excuse me. Caterpillar was not known for its efficiency, it was known for the power. And Cummins was just there. I have no good or bad about Cummins. But I'll find out when I put that big cam together. Is the New York boycott real thing or farce? Says Gene Anderson. Jen says I'm not ugly because Jen thinks I'm cute. And I think she's got to get a head checked. To be with me, you definitely got to get your head checked. All right, let's touch base on this New York thing once again. Let's see here. I'll answer it real quick. Ready to see Tim build his red classic. Yeah, he was just talking about. Yeah, I know. Keeping old trucks running is difficult too, especially if you've got a bunch of them. Our new trucks are just down all the time. Yeah, no doubt. Trucking Together moved to Wisconsin. Yeah, I heard that. I never. Oh, and dude, what's your name, dude? Just give me a nickname, okay? You gotta tell me your real name. I know you're only 13. So this Angela Griffin, I want to talk to him because Angela Griffin is his mom. Dude's 13 years old. He wants to get into trucking. And I think he's doing the right thing by following channels like mine. I can tell you to follow. Here's channels to watch. You want to learn trucking. Follow Tim Gentry. If you're following Tim Gentry, you're learning something. Just Trucking. Just Trucking does it differently. He's an owner operator, but he doesn't work on his own stuff. But he's out there. Last time I was watching his channel, he's like finding loads. He brings you into that kind of world, right? So Just Trucking's a good. Trucking with Schmidt. That's a good one to watch too. Watch him. Who is it? Trucking Together. They're company drivers. Yeah, I don't have. Me and Jen watch Trucking Together, and we kind of chuckle and laugh. But we're laughing not at them; we're laughing with them. Again, it's the differences it's the differences in the channels. Like if hey, I'll tell you right now, if they're watching this live and they wanted to stop by, say hi, stop by, say hi, knock on the door, I'd love to have you. We come across YouTube very differently. So yeah, I got no beef with them. I think they're good people. I just think they're very different from us. But excuse me, what I think is everyone's welcome in this space. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, watching them, it gives you a different perspective on trucking. They're company drivers. I could not tolerate the crap they tolerate, but hey, they're them. They do their own thing. But yeah, watching those guys, whatever your name actually is, Angela Griffin's kid. Until I get a nickname for you, you're Angela Griffin's kid. But yeah, follow us. Pay attention to what's going on. Learn it. Learn it good. Go to a truck show if you can. Even if you just look into old trucks. Talk to the old hands. Not all of them will talk to you, but some will. Learn all you can. Learn all you can. Not a New York thing. New York, despite the political side of why they're doing it, New York and many other states like California they're very predatory towards trucking. To be honest, they're predatory towards business. I talked about this earlier. Why is it that anytime our country, and it started with the Canadians, I know, but Canadian truckers had a legit, genuine problem. They weren't even allowed to drive their own trucks without crossing the border. They couldn't even drive from one province to another without having a tracker in their phone, having to do with whether they got the jab or not, right? All that kind of crap. That was straight out of 1984's, Orwell's 1984. That's my truck's an 84. That's why I got named Orwell. In fact, I bought it to get away from the government, to not have to deal with their over-regulating of the trucking industry. The exemptions were for older trucks, so I bought an older truck. That's exactly why I bought Orwell and named Orwell. That just happened to be an 84. Perfect name. But Canadian truckers had a genuine problem, and they had no choice. That was industry-wide. Here in the States, our drivers had the problem if we were crossing the border. But most drivers don't cross the border. So when we had the People's Convoy down here, it didn't really do much because most industry didn't care because it didn't affect me any. Oh, this so-and-so company says, well, you need to take the jab to deliver? Well, F you. I'll go deliver somewhere else. Kiss my ass. But they didn't, you couldn't force me into that. Canadian, you guys gave up your rights long before we did. So you guys have it way worse than us. You got a little Castro up there doing his thing. So, you guys' government's just way out of whack. I think our government's bad. You guys got 10 times worse. You guys literally will be seeking refuge in the United States soon. It'll be that bad. But politically, they're doing it because they feel like a certain big politician is getting railroaded in New York, which I believe he is. But why does it always fall on truckers to save our government? Don't we have other industries that are supposed to care? I mentioned about this. New York especially. Restaurateurs. If you owned a restaurant, you got BF'd big time by the city of New York. Why are you still there? Why are you still letting this stuff happen, right? So why does it always fall on the trucking industry to save the world? No, it doesn't have to be. This whole thing got started, from what I stand by, a guy on Twitter, or X, what do you call it? By the way, I do have an X account, it's under my name. Just if you want to look it up. I don't post on there, maybe I should. But I have one. Go find it. I'll see if it goes anywhere. But the guy from Chicago did it, but then he deleted the account, or not the account, but the post. And he's saying he don't want to be the face of the movement. I don't think it's going to be a movement. I think the news is pushing it. But it's always seemed to fall on the trucking industry to solve our problems. And I'm like, there's other industries that are more affected by New York's. Well, what about real estate offices? This whole thing is a real estate thing. Why don't the real estate people in New York stand up and do something? Why does it fall on the trucks? That's the thing. But I always felt that if a state or government, local government, federal government is predatory to trucks, then trucks shouldn't move. We ought to just shut them down. I say it all the time. Perfect time, all the time. How many years? I've been driving, what, 26, 25 years? Something like that. Been hearing about the trucker strikes. Okay. Last big trucker strike that actually had any effect was back in the 70s. And then Steve Summers' dad, Truckin' Bozo, almost crippled the state of Indiana. They created laws because of what the Truckin' Bozo radio program did to Indiana. That was the last effective one that existed, and that was just a boycott. The truckers just boycotted Indiana and buy nothing in Indiana back then. And then supposedly made it illegal for radio stations to promote stuff like that. So, I don't know. You'd have to go on. One day, you know what? I'll probably do another interview with Steve Summers at Matt's. I want to talk to him about that, how that thing went down and what the aftermath of it was. But Steve Summers' dad, a radio DJ, overnight trucking radio, worked for WLW back in the day. The Truckin' Bozo, world famous. He crippled the state of Indiana by convincing truck drivers to not buy fuel, not buy anything in Indiana, just drive straight through it. Because Indiana was predatory to trucks. And I personally believe that any state predatory to trucks should not buy or deliver or pick up freight in that state. As of right now, no one's really got the stones to start it. It ain't going to be me to start it, but I support stuff like that. The other thing I support that I do right now is New York is predatory to trucks, especially the city. We go out on Long Island. Listen, there's plenty of videos of me going out to Long Island for Orwell. I don't go in there for regular money. I go in there for a lot of money. You want me to cross the bridge? You're going to pay. You're going to pay a lot. And a lot of guys won't go. So I'll go, but you can pay me for it. I don't make per mile. I'm percentage. The stuff that we do, we got to charge a lot to go into the city. And that's that. So, as a trucking company, if you go in there for cheap, you're a fool. So yeah, New York is predatory. They pay extra, so I'll deal with it. But if it ever got to the point where people actually try to shut down a state, yeah, I would support that. But not for the reasons given. I think every other industry should do it for the reasons given. The reason given is because of this court stuff with Trump. But that's not a reason for the trucking industry to step up. That's a reason for every industry to step up, especially real estate. Doesn't only fall on trucking. So if the realtors want to hide behind us, I'm not going to let you hide behind me. That's your problem. You take care of it. If you're a restaurateur, hey, look, if COVID didn't BF you enough and you ain't taking care of business in New York, don't even try to hide behind me. I'll bag a lunch of coming to New York City. I don't need to pay you because you caved. So no, it doesn't have to be the trucking industry to take care of it. Personally, this should be the real estate business taking care of business. If you don't want to do it, I'm not buying business. I'm not buying property in New York anyway, so F you too. But yeah, you want to push that on the truck drivers or somebody wants to step up for that. That's all well and good, but I think it's going to fall on deaf ears. New York is predatory to trucks. Trucks should avoid New York until people start stepping up and realizing it. Like I said, people like me will just charge extra for it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, this whole thing is a real estate deal, and if real estate businesses don't step up, don't think I'm going to step up for you. Hey, I already did my job. I already left. Well, you think I'm here? You think I left New Jersey for Wisconsin because of the weather? No. So yeah, that's my opinion of the whole situation with New York. But the news is pushing it, and I think there's an agenda to make truckers look bad and to make us look feckless because people are saying on news, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and in the end, it don't happen. I think they're purposely doing it to make us look stupid. Either that or that damn stupid. Grant Erickson asks, is Orwell color original? Yes, that is the original paint job on Orwell. The truck was originally a Keen truck, still painted in Keen colors. And if it ever gets repainted, which we talked about earlier, me wanting to repaint it, it's going to be repainted exactly as it is. I want its pedigree to remain strong, that way you know where it comes from. Only thing about Just Trucking is a lot of his videos has clickbait titles. Well, you know what? I get accused of the same stuff too. Somebody commented about my last video about going and being, how I titled it, Utah Motor Carrier Police forces truckers out of route or something like that. And they're like, yeah, you got forced, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, go around. Yeah, don't pull in. See what happens to you. See how fast the government sends a man with a badge and a gun to basically tell you he's going to use extreme violence against you if you don't give him your money for passing the scale. Sounds like force to me because I didn't have the free will to just drive by. If I didn't stop, the man with the badge and the gun will threaten extreme violence upon me if I don't comply with his demands. Sounds like forced. Steve, how about we call him Pup Boy? Who are you talking about? Oh, no, that's terrible. Why? Why would you say that, Lubin Gregory? Lubin Gregory? What kind of name is that? You going to pick on a 13-year-old? Come on, man. What was your mother thinking when they named you that? That's horrible. Come on, think about it. I don't want to be mean to you, but he's a 13-year-old trying to, he's probably got his crap straight and he wants to know something about the industry. Don't be an ass. Thanks for your replies. One more for you. What do you think about having natural compressed gas after that rig explosion in Louisiana? Do you think it should be banned? 7 firefighters got hit hard. I don't think any of it should be banned. I think the safest fuel on planet Earth is diesel. I could light them. Tell you what. It's late in the life to show you, but I could demonstrate that. I got plenty of it here. Yeah. It's just diesel's the safest fuel because it's so hard to ignite. Trucker Josh, I don't know what you're talking about there. Trucking with Fitz. I don't want to talk about other channels. I'm sorry, kind of poor when it comes with names. Oh, that's Angela Griffin's kid, the 13-year-old. I just come up with a nickname, dude. If not, I'll come up with something. Fireman 17, all his titles are clickbait. Additionally, I think there is another source of money coming in. Yeah, you think? It's called YouTube. Believe me, Justin doesn't take his time to put the videos up because it doesn't pay him. I don't do this for free. Matter of fact, I just got a Scully Trucking, $4.99 USD. Speaking of paid, Trucking Together own their trucks, but do it in a different way. Are they leasing the truck now? Because last I watched them, they just got a new Kenworth, but it was a company truck. I probably gotta check them out again. I guess they're buying one now. Is that what they're doing? I love the look of your cab over. That's a nice truck. Your fuel mileage or anything depends on your rear gears. I was running 358s with a Super 10 transmission. Also has to do with the engine too. The engines like to run a certain RPM, and certain states you can run certain speeds, other states you can't. So it all depends. Weight has a lot to do with it. Aerodynamics plays some, but not. I think it has more to do with engine and diffs and transmissions being spec'd right and the operating range being in the right spot. Believe it or not, that's more important than aerodynamics. Trucks just don't go that fast. We're not going 300 mile an hour. We're not airplanes. I mean, it makes some difference, but it isn't the overwhelming difference. That's the thing. How about you come up with names, just not my mom's name? Dude, I don't know what to call you, man. We have to figure it out. I love watching Just Trucking because his youngest son reminds me of my son at that age. What's up, Steve? Orwell sounds great. We are done. Cotton gin work. Love to see live. Going to catch up on your videos. Let's look. Honda Spencer. Hope I'm saying that right. Appreciate that. What kind of miles per gallon does a cab over like yours get? Orwell hovers around the 5 mark, 5.0. I think it's about all they ever got. I do not support. Dr. Psyop says, I do not support Elon Musk like many. I deleted it as X isn't free anymore. Well, I mean, it's got to make money. And you're talking to me via a SpaceX Starlink, which is how I have internet at my shop. So, Twitter, now X, it's not, I don't know. I don't get charged. I have an account there. It's under my personal name, Steven Feschek. I don't pay. I have an account. So why do you got to pay? I mean, big deal. And if you do got to pay, big friggin' deal. It's a service. Why does everything got to be free? I mean, not for nothing, watch YouTube. You watch me for free? No, you don't. You watch ads. They pay. That's how I make the money on YouTube. I don't do this for free neither. What is it? Why is everybody against somebody making money? Providing a service and making money. What is... And Dr. Psyops, I usually agree with you on things. You know, I know you're a fan. I'm not picking. But why are you against somebody making money? I mean, is he supposed to just donate it to you for free? Why? I don't have a problem with that. You know, I mean, if you want a shirt that I'm wearing, you got to pay for it, right? I mean, I might give it to you, but I'm not going to have to. I don't know. It's just a difference of opinion, I guess. Somebody's talking about Just Trucking. Just Trucking is a rental place along with other stuff that him and his wife does for income. Yeah, I don't know what the wife does for a living. I know she's got some kind of job, and yeah, he's got a rental place. Put money. Listen, the man put money in other places other than what he does for a living. So maybe he's got some investments paying off. Again, why has anybody got a problem with a guy making money? If Justin's got more money than me, God bless him. You know, that's fine. Who cares? If you do care, look at what he's doing. Emulate it. Figure it out. How can you emulate his success and put it in your life to be successful? There you go. If he's doing better than me, salute. Did I hear you say that you ran cement out of style? Yes, you did, Glenn Gaba. I guess that's right. Yes, let's see here. My first job, I worked for. I used to pull out of Hercules. I worked for Price Trucking when Price owned that little piece of property next to Hercules Powder Company, cement, right there in Stockton. Roland Johnson was right next door. They had old Peterbilts, then he went with old Sterlings. And then Price sold that terminal to Bulk Carriers, which is the division of Transwood, if I remember right. And then we lost our ass because the driver pay went to piss quick. And then I went back to trucking for Price Trucking out of their main terminal in Aberdeen, Maryland, but I was based out of the terminal in York, Pennsylvania, hauling white cement out of Lehigh. Not Lehigh. No. I think it was Lehigh. Yeah, Lehigh. Hauled white cement out of there. But occasionally I'd have to go down to Aberdeen to do some stuff too. And then that's when I bought my first truck, was after I got done working for Wayne Price. Best company job I ever had, honestly, was working for Wayne. But I was at the bottom of a short ladder. I was at the top of a short ladder, so I didn't like that. I bought my own truck and never looked back. Then I learned how to go broke the right way, at least with Landstar. How's your Ford 9000 going? Leaning on it. Took the rear end out of it yesterday. And put on Marketplace and sold it pretty quick. So guy's going to come up in a couple weeks. He deposited some money on PayPal. So that rear is going to go up under a fire truck, I think. And then I'm one more step ahead to getting the frame ready to get a new frame done. What's your opinion of the U.S. government trying to govern trucks at 65? Again, that's why I like the old school trucks. A way to get around any of that is to have an engine that cannot be speed limited. So you run a mechanical motor. Also, the only way they check you with the scale is by plugging into your computer and checking it. Well, here is how you can have your computer set to run only 65, but run faster than 65. The computer's governor is based on what it thinks the rear axle ratio is, what the overdrive ratio, if you have one in the transmission, and what your tire size is. So if you make your truck think it's running a different gear than what it actually is, when it hits the governed speed at 65, to where it's only counting the RPM of the drive shaft, it has no idea how fast it's actually going. If you set your parameters to make your engine think you're running a different gear or different tire size, you can go faster than 65 with a 65 governed truck. You just have to be able to program your own computer, or stick with mechanical, or tell them to go F themselves. And the few times you ever get caught when they plug into your stuff with the scales, pay them. Because in reality, that law will only be enforced by the DOT, because just because the trucks are limited by the federal government doesn't mean the speed limit in the state changed. So a state trooper won't be able to mess with you for a speeding ticket. He can only plug into your computer if he's a DOT cop and check it. So that's how I think would be the way around that. How do you disconnect your step deck trailer? What? How do I disconnect my step deck trailer to load? Why would I? Oh, you're talking about my double drop. You don't disconnect step deck to load. Yeah, you set it down, take the weight off the neck, take the collars off, back up underneath it, lifting the gooseneck from the trailer. So you get that angle to get those pins out in the center. That's what Tim always messes up because he doesn't have the ramps to lift the on his fifth wheel. So he tries to hold the deck high, but doesn't make the gooseneck elevate enough to clear them pins. That's where you always have trouble. But anyway, once you do that, back up on your trailer, elevate it, put a board, raise it, pull your pin, pull away. It's really simple. It just takes time. And in the cab over, up and down, up and down, up and down. So you never skip leg day. Are you still working for a helicopter? What? Are you still working for a helicopter? There are 57,000 to 67,000 for a helicopter. You're thinking Gentry and Sons Trucking. I'm not looking for a helicopter. If I were to do something, I would get a fixed-wing aircraft because it's the cheapest way to start flight. But to be honest, I'm nowhere even near that. But I did go deliver at the helicopter place, so I don't know where you're getting a helicopter for $57,000. I think that's what you're talking about. I don't know, but anyway, everyone thinks truckers can save the world. There's more than truckers out there. Fireman 17, that's exactly what my case is, right? If NYPD feels like they're getting effed over by the city, go somewhere else. If all of them resigned and went somewhere else, why do you got to be a cop in New York? There's no law saying you. Listen, if you're a law enforcement officer, why do you have to be a cop where you are? You could quit and resign and go somewhere else. You're not required to stay there. So if every NYPD officer decided to say, F this, I'm quitting, and move to somewhere else, what would New York do? Again, NYPD don't like what happened to them. Well, go somewhere else. It doesn't have, listen, don't think us truck drivers are going to save your ass when you guys are predatory to us. If NYPD got a problem with what happened when that guy got beaten and they let him go, let NYPD handle that. Don't think truck drivers are the problem because you guys were roughing us up legally when you had no one else to rough up. So you came to us for the money. I'm not going to solve your problems. You solve your own. You made that mess. You live with it. Your truck is old. Besides the new pipe, this got to be one of my favorite fans here. Your truck is old. Beside the new pipe you put on it, pipes too. You have shown you put money back into your money maker. Okay, we get an old looking cab over, but you have upgraded nothing. Well, I'll take that serious. And I have said in a previous live stream in the last year, I've literally maintained Orwell and done nothing beyond that. You're right. I acquired the Ford cab over, started working on it, dealt with the trailer. Because I'm stuck. I'm in a position where I'm only the only person here doing this work. I'm the only one driving the truck. I'm the only one filming the videos. I'm the only one editing the videos. I'm the only one working on the trucks. I'm the only one working on personal projects. I am the only one. I only have 24 hours in a day, and I do have to sleep and eat sometime. So with that's why I'm hiring help full-time and willing to pay a large sum of money to get a professional truck mechanic in here to do what I need done. In addition to that, and everything else has got to get done around here. So yeah, that's the upgrade. So if you're legitimately giving me critique, okay, cool. If you're being a hater, well, there's your answer. But that is the legit answer. And I've said that's been the problem that I've had to deal with, and timing was wrong until recently to take on that extra expense. So right now I am for sure doing it. The mechanic actually lives out of state. He's selling his house and he's moving here. Now tell me that doesn't stress me out. Made me think, oh my God, somebody literally is adjusting his entire life to work for me. And you're damn right he's going to get his damn money. Before I get my money, he'll get his money. Because he believes in this channel and in my business and what I'm doing enough to do that. You're damn right. I'm going to make damn sure he's paid well, and paid regular. Absolutely. He'll get money before me. Trust in that. But that's what I'm doing. That's the goal. That's what I'm doing to improve this business, the situation, and everything. So, yeah. I don't know if the hate comment or critique comment, but I'll take it either way. Not sure if you know Steve Summers' show is on Facebook. The overnight. Yeah, stranger. I sat down for the first time and did an interview with him at Match last year. I've been talking to him. I call in under the name Cue Ball. I've been talking to him for 20 years. Finally met him last year. But yeah, I'm well aware. He's also on Rumble. We're probably long in the tooth with the comments here. Yeah, we're getting backed up again. Not too bad, though. My bad, Steve Summers. Not. Yeah, what do you say? No bullying of kids here. Yeah, someone was talking crap about that 13-year-old. No, that ain't going to fly. I'm sure he's a good kid. He's learning. Hi, Steve. Did you design your FSC logo? Really liked it. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot in that logo. But yeah, it was my idea design. And the initials, FSC, short for Fast Jack, Speed, and Custom Shop. That's where the initials came. Remember, it was a car shop, custom car shop before it became a truck shop channel. So car shop was the idea to get custody of Matthew and get me off the road. It didn't exactly take, but it took enough. It got me Matthew and custody of Matthew. So I'm happy with that. Made a lot of friends, made some issues, but the primary job was to save my son. After everything else, I just have to deal with it. Why not back it up? Has to start somewhere. Who cares? Who cares attitude? I'll do it for the money. Be sorry about your luck. Could be your own someday. Stand up for what's right. It's what it's about. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Hank Thomas. I just feel like I'm not going to take the legal bullet for the real estate industry of New York. They can handle it themselves because they're not going to stand for... Listen, I forgot. Talking about them truck strikes. I'll get to the comments. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to burn through the comments quick. Answer the questions. See how well you guys know me. The most effective trucking strikes were in the 70s and when Dale Summers started the trucking bozo, crippled the state of Indiana. What would be the perfect period of time for us drivers to finally tell the government, F you? What would be the perfect 3 days to shut them down? I do every year. Every year. I've done it every year for many, many years. Be the perfect time for us as an industry to say, we're done. 3 days, F you, we're done. If you know me, leave a comment. What are the perfect times to do it? I bet you know. Got nothing to do with New York, got nothing to do with politics. It's a strictly trucking thing. What would be the best time? Let's see if you know. And I'll read comments quick here. Wild Wild West is a great trucking channel. Never heard it, never seen it, probably should. Steve, I think you were doing one heck of a great job as one-man operation. I love watching all different aspects of trucking industry. That's Steve Norris. Man, I'm trying. Let me tell you, it's a struggle, and it shows. It really does show. And I'm embarrassed by it, by the lack of progress on things. I'll be straight with you. But it is what it is. I'm being honest with you. You want me to lie? Hi, Steve. Your pencil can make you a lot of money. How can my pencil make me a lot of money? Or I don't even know. Okay. Do your live YouTube shows pay decent? Produce videos do better, be honest. Have to work to eat. Absolutely. How do you like doing the Escort with Tim Gentry? It worked out good. I liked it. It was something different. I had to learn it. But again, it's something I might, it might be a direction to take a business. That would actually do good. I just think I can do it differently than what most people do. If nothing else, then, it'll be a good experience. And, I try, I fail. We all learn. If I try, I succeed. We all learn. See? I started my trucking career in 1989. My handle was The Poet. That didn't know it. The Poet didn't know it until I picked up my pen. I'm not sure what you mean, but I probably meant pen. Young man also watch Boston Trucker. Yes, Boston Trucker is another good one to watch. Steve, big fan of the channel. I had my Class A for 30 years. Always been a side hustle. 33 years a firefighter. I'm in Connecticut. Whenever you're on 8495, I'm looking for you. Keep Orwell rolling. Absolutely. There's Angela Griffin's kid. That's going to be your name, Angela Griffin's kid. Love seeing Orwell roll smoky videos. Reminding me of my dad's Mac R model, which is in a different state right now. R Model Max is one of my favorite trucks. I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I was talking to Dominique about this on one of her live streams. Growing up in Jersey, predominantly the dump trucks were auto cars and Mac R models. And those are like the tough trucks. Like big metal crash through like brick wall bumpers. Auto cars usually had them big like a bull guard grill built into the bumper. I mean, those things could drive through buildings. I mean, they looked tough, they were tough, and they just seemed indestructible. And they all ran them. It seemed like all the vocational trucks in my day when I was a kid were all Max and auto cars. So that put that thought in my head that those were the toughest trucks on planet Earth at that time. I would put a 92 to 97 Ford Aeromax 9000, 444 Cummins, 10 or 13 speed walk-in sleeper on the road pulling produce out of Southwest, South Water Market, Chicago, and Hunts Point, New York City. Orwell needs a makeover. Yeah, no crap. So do I, but look at me, I'm still here. The Mac is parked at the moment because there's no room at the house at the moment. Oh, what's he not driving it anymore, Angela Griffin's kid? Or is he just running it? What's the deal with that? Ever think about getting a hood such as a 359? Yeah, prices are big on 359s. I had a 379. I wish, honestly, if I had that kind of money, I'd buy my old one back regardless of its condition. I miss that truck. Yeah, I almost bought a 359 instead of Orwell. I almost bought a 359, a standard hood, short hood. But it had a puked motor. Orwell has that classic style that makes people stop and look. Roll coal A+++. Get a slider? So you meant glider. Another super chat there. Scully Trucking for $4.99. Tell us your experiences. For $4.99, tell us your Landstar experiences. Landstar agents make more money than Landstar truckers do. Landstar agents are paid more if they could broker it. So if the load pays $5 a mile and they can get some other off carrier to do it for $3, the broker stakes his 10% in his pocket plus the $2 puts in his pocket. And usually by the time it hit a Landstar load board, it's because the load was in trouble. So the broker could charge a lot of money, put most of the way Landstar did their brokers at the time I was there, Landstar agents made more money than drivers. And they made more money keeping the loads off Landstar than on Landstar. So if you were leased with Landstar, you got effed. What's my absolute all-time favorite truck? Ooh, I don't know. I go to my default 359 Pete, to be honest. But I don't know. I like Brockways. I like auto cars, Mac R models, the Superliners. Brockway made a badass looking cab over too. I don't know. It's hard to tell, man. How much them filters cost you for Orwell? You change them all the time. It's Dr. Psyops. Too much. Honestly, I don't really. I don't know what each one is. Usually I buy a bunch of them and it's like $300-400 for all of them. But I buy like a box, like a big box full of them. Hell yeah, mechanics and truckers keep the world working. And no doubt. The world is built by people that take their showers at night, not in the morning. Steve, I've been following Big Rig Becca, and she said she is looking for a driving job. We'll let her pull drop deck trailers. Widmeyer's is hiring. I commented on one of her videos about it. I even shot her my email. Never heard from her, so she either never got it or is not interested. That's cool. I know the situation she was in. Company she was with was pulling flatbed freight on low boards for piss money. Couldn't make any money that way. Duh. Listen, we make damn good money for what we do, but you got to know what you're doing. So listen, she's got the experience to work where I work. I don't have my own truck to put her in. I would consider it if I had another truck. I would seriously consider it, like literally hiring her, knowing she's a YouTuber, to let her drive my truck. I would seriously consider it. She could also work for Widmeyer as a company driver, but she lives like in Arkansas, I think, or somewhere down south. So it'd be difficult. Last I saw, she's looking at doing something with her brother. So I mean, she can go work for any outfit. Look, she got 2 years experience. She can go work for any flatbed outfit she wants. She got experience. She can do it. She can. Excuse me. She got the experience. She could do whatever she wants. Go work for anywhere. She got it made like that. So, but yeah, I know of her situation. I know why the company folded. Not folded, just quit the flatbed job. You can't make any money rolling exclusively for boards, hauling for peanuts. We're not elephants. Congratulations on Matthew getting married, driver. No, he ain't married yet. He's engaged. Big difference. But yes, thank you. Good evening from New York City. I hope Orwell gets fixed soon. Thank you, truckers, for all you do. That's Papa Smurf, the OG. Thank you. Seeing you again, International King. Oh, what? What's with all the commas and quotes here, Perry Robbins? Where is Matt's going to be held? Louisville. It's always Louisville. And Green APU booth, Thursday, 1 to 3. I'll be there. Meet and greet. Come check us out. I'll be there longer now. You guys are still there? I'll be hanging out. You know me. I'll probably hang out the other 2 days anyway. Because most real estate agents hate this certain politician in court. Well, then they can go down with the ship for all I care. Again, the truck industry is not going to save New York's real estate industry. And if they agree what's going on, well, then they could be the next on with the neck on the... there we go. You guys know me. Blam, Trucking Gamer, you're right. Chris Ganoni, I think? Yep, you're right. The fat man. I know you would know. Frank Frollo, yep, you got it. Sean Avery, yes. Dave S. No. Edward Williams, yes. Voltman K.A. Sherman, 29 on Black Tuesday, 1920 on Black Tuesday. Not sure what you're talking about there. Joseph Kreisinger, I think I got it wrong, but yes, you're right. No, wrong, Paul Masson. No, wrong. Although we do it anyway, because who doesn't want to eat turkey on Turkey Day with their family? Wrong time of year, though. That's not when you tell the government to F off. Wild West runs rigs. He's a bull holler out of Montana. Yeah, I probably do got to watch that, because I need to learn about that business. I so much want to do a cow load. Twister, yes, that's it. You got it. When you, when I get to it there, G Sherpy. What truck am I bringing the mats? Probably the Hemi Dually in the trailer. Yeah, because we got to go to North Carolina to meet Sean and Matt and Lydia and all of that. So we've got a big thing planned end of March. So yes, probably unless I need to bring a truck to Matt's on Orwell, which could happen. I gotta get a hold of that guy, see if he wants me to do that or not. Yeah. So unless I have to haul something to Matt's, we're bringing the Hemi Dually, the big trailer, and the Razor. Yeah, because we got to go straight from Louisville right down to North Carolina. Absolutely live in Jersey. We're about the same age, right? Auto cars were everywhere in Max. They were the dump trucks. I remember Diamond T and Auto Car. Yeah, I don't remember Diamond T's, but it doesn't mean they weren't there. Weren't Brockway trucks built in New York? Yes, they were. They were a New York truck. No problem. Tim said yesterday you need to make a show truck out of Orwell. Well, I'm trying to do this first, then we'll worry about Orwell. But yeah, I want to see how Weston's truck's done. And like I said, since Fitzgerald Collision Repair works with YouTubers, I might let them paint Orwell. Obviously, I'll pay him, but I might have them paint Orwell. I would really like to see Orwell with a brand new paint job and all the body work taken care of perfectly. So I'd love to see it. But I have to have something else to drive while they have the truck. So maybe that'll happen when the Ford's finished. But we're looking into it. I want to see how Weston's truck comes out. I want to see how they do. And I want to meet the guys. Honestly, I want to meet the guys. Not just them, but semi-casual. They might know of me. They've never met me. So I'm certainly not just going to put them on a spot with it. But that wouldn't be a bad idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I'd love to see Orwell, painted perfect. And I think they're the people that do it, to be honest. I mean, Cozad, Orlando, Slider, we were getting old, Steve. Oh, what conversation are we having? We're talking about unloading trailers or trucks? Take care 84 cab overs, one-piece windshield peak cab overs are rare. I don't think they're that rare. Mine is Pacific, not sure. Could be a possible once your second, third truck comes on stream. I'm just trying to get through the comments here. Bring Orwell to Max, please, and thank you. It depends. I'm not going to keep on trucking Outlaw Life. Yes, you got it right. Yeah, get through the end of the comments here. All right, so I know Orwell needs everything, Dr. Syab. Needs a new dashboard as well. Orwell needs a new Orwell. Okay? You happy now? I found out where the water's leaking. I'm talking to you guys for the last 2 hours and he done spit. But that's okay, though. I'm having fun. Oh, Pacific Trucks. Got it. Okay. So, as far as trucking goes, this whole thing with New York, blah, 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 trucking industry needs to solve trucking industry's problems. And what I think ought to be done is the trucking industry should tell the government to go F themselves when the government tells us for 3 days, we're going to F you. Industry. The government has already announced, I could look at, somebody look at when's Blitz Week this year. So you used to do it right after Memorial Day, but not immediately after Memorial Day because they wanted to catch guys without hours. They knew if they were checking logbooks, they had to wait until after. They knew they had to wait until after Memorial Day had time after it. In other words, if drivers were over 3-day weekend Memorial Day and you did Blitz Week that week, guys were fresh with their logbooks. They didn't want to do it then. They had to do a week or so afterwards. So this Blitz thing was all about safety, but you purposely wouldn't do it in the summer immediately after a long weekend when drivers had hours. You did it the following week after that. That way you could try to get guys out of hours. Right, because you're setting it up that way on purpose. So they always do a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday where they open all the scales, every single one open, blah, 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 for 72 straight hours. That's what the government pays all the overtime for all the cops to go do that thing. And I always felt that they advertise it. Well, they do advertise. They tell you ahead of time, way ahead of time. They already released it now. I can't remember what the dates were, but somebody put in the comments when they're doing Blitz Week this year. And they advance it way ahead of time. So I always say, if you literally advertise, dear truck drivers, we're out here to safety you and take your money, why don't we just say F you? We're going to stay home. Piss on it. Blitz Week, May 14th through 16th this year. Okay, yeah. So, now they're going to do it before Memorial Day weekend. They used to always do it 2 weeks after. Now they're doing it prior, but they never do it immediately after for the purpose I just said. So I always felt that was the time to just park them. Just shut them down. Go home. Be done. I'm not going out there. If I know you're specifically looking for me, I'm just going to stay home. And that's what I feel we should do, is just shut them down during Blitz Week. It's 1 week. That's even 3 days. Just don't go nowhere. Either, I don't know, just stay home. Just plan your vacation about that time. Why do you have, you mean to tell me, listen, if you're a truck driver nowadays and you can't shut down for 1 week, you're already broke. You just don't know it. Just shut down that week. I do every year. Every year I shut them down. It's not because I'm worried about what they'll find on Orwell. Look, Orwell's a 1984 truck. You DOT that thing, you'll find something. Guaranteed. There's a brake hose leaning against some kind of isolator to keep it from rubbing on a piece of steel that left a mark, or might be a piece of grease on a piece of hose or something. God only knows. I don't know. Maybe you just find something as ticky-tack as a cracked reflector or some, I don't know, your CB antenna is bent. Make up something. They do. So my attitude is, when the government puts you out there specifically to rake us over the coals and put a pile of money in your pocket, my answer is just stay home. And so I always felt that if there was ever going to be a trucker strike, that's the time to do it. Whenever they announce we're going to blitz trucks, that's when trucks should say, blitz you, we're going to stay home. That's the trucking industry taking care of the trucking industry, not New York politics. See? I put it all together. May 14th to 16th. Yep, that's it. That's a good idea. Don't roll on Blitz Week. Duh. Why would we? Listen, if I told you were going to come visit me and you were going to get in a... Listen, I'm going to invite you over to dinner, okay? But your worst enemy is also eating dinner, and he's probably going to want to beat your ass. Would you want to come to dinner? Same thing. The government's telling us we're out to get you. In fact, we're targeting you. And this is what we're going to target, supposedly. Oh, so you're going to target this, that. What was last year? ABS brakes and some other nonsense? Oh, so if you caught me over on logs, you're going to let that go? Of course not. What's this year? Something goofy this year. Well, what are they stressing this year? Somebody looked that up in the comments. Tell me. They're going to stress something. It's like weird. Like, what? Like, that's a thing? I can't remember what it is. Somebody look that up. What are they stressing this year? Good analogy. Absolutely. Big G always trying something. Got New eyes up in NYC now. You know, NYC could solve their own problems. Good analogy. I'm trying to read back the comments here. May 4th, yeah, I know that. Actual drivers, less experienced leadership in FMCSA, Secretary of Transportation. If it happens, the industry would turn around for the better. Yeah, they've been trying that for a long time. Remember Ann Farrell? They said she was too trucker friendly, but yes, she still screwed us over. Remember all those listening sessions that they do where it came to the electronic logs? Remember all the listening sessions they did? And they listened. They didn't hear a damn thing. What happened? Right? That was another not to get into politics, but does anybody remember? I'll tell you straight up. Remember, Trump was saying we're gonna eliminate regulations and stop certain regulations from happening, but yet he was president, and then boom, ELDs got shoved up our butts. So that didn't happen. I mean, it is what it is. Man can't be perfect, but he let that one slide, and the trucking industry got burned. So I'm not, that's one thing I wasn't happy with that administration. Of course, this one, you got Buttigieg, doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He couldn't tell you a train from a truck. He probably thinks a truck derailed in East Palestine, Ohio. Never again live in New York or in California, Washington, Illinois, or Virginia. Yeah, Virginia supposedly was changing, but I think that most people figured out that it ain't changing good enough, so it's time to bounce, for sure. I still want to watch Orwell and wax him for you for free. Nah, I don't need nobody doing stuff for free. Watching Cletus when was on winter trip. He was with other YouTubers saying merchandise they sell and giveaways makes a killing. You ever think of trying to give away? First of all, I have to have something to give away. I have an idea for something, but I'm not big enough yet for that yet. Not yet. I'm trying. I'm not there yet. Trying. International road check. Yeah, I know when it's scheduled. 14th through 16th. But what are they doing? I just do maintenance on Blitz Week. Change the looks. There you go. It's all about safety. I'm going to do my own safety stuff. Truck maintenance is key, says the government. You must do this, that, and the other. Good. That's the week I'll be doing it. I'll be checking my brakes. Don't worry. Oh, what is the thing? I got to look that up somehow, but I'm on the phone, so I can't do it. They were supposed to be looking up something specific. Oh, yeah, Jen, my baby, Jen. Look that up for me. Also, how soon till the wingies are done? So I know when they have to be home for dinner. Next time you're in Michigan, I'm waxing Orwell, damn it. No one's touching Orwell, sorry. The water leak. No, yeah, that's what I came in here for. Apparently I'm going to do that tomorrow. That's okay, though. That's it. Tractor. Fat man got it. The fat man. Absolutely. Tractor protection systems. Like, that's even a thing? Like, how many wrecks have ever been caused because the tractor protection valve didn't work? I bet most people in the comments here don't even know what the tractor protection valve is. I know what it is. Most people don't. And it's not a slight on nobody. It's just that not a lot of people know what it is. Your trailer literally has to fall off the truck for that to literally be a thing. And then it has to fail. That's how insane that is. Think about it. The tractor protection valve. It shuts the air off your truck in case your trailer falls off at a certain level. Like, all you do to check is you air up your truck, charge the air to your trailer, pop your glad hand off, and it will psh, and the trailer brake will set, and the air hose will sit there and piss away. It'll piss away to a certain air pressure and shut off. That way you still have air pressure to use your service brake, okay? I think before I was worried about tractor protection valves, I'd be worried about fifth wheel pins if I was a DOT. You literally have to have for the crash to be because you have a faulty tractor protection valve. Your trailer literally has to fall off first. Then the second failure has to happen for your tractor protection valve to not work. I think by the time your trailer falls off, you're already alerted to there's a major problem. Has anybody actually ever needed your tractor protection valve? Other than for it to be a thing to fail, you add an inspection. Just think. Yes, it has to work. I get it. I know why it's there. But the point is that is literally like worrying about, the light behind your fuel gauge working. It's a good rant, ain't it? Let's see here. Tractor protection. Yeah, there you go. Tractor protection systems, alcohol and controlled substance protection. Okay, well, keep legalizing dope, and you wonder why there's so many people on dope, but keep legalizing it. Yeah, that's true. Steve, what's Bobby and Jeremy's Leap In like? Was it good? Oh, that's a local bar. Oh, yes. Leap In was owned by, man's name was Leapy or something like that. And he sold it to Bobby and Jeremy, they're friends of mine. It's a bar locally in Freedom, Wisconsin. So yeah, I always wear this shirt because he had the right size and it fits, and yeah. That I used to go there all the time before me and Jen got together. Now I drink at home. I literally have a bar in my house. I don't go to the bars. Me and Jen just snuggle with the baby. That's our groggy doll, and watch Vikings and drink. What was I drinking? Oh yeah, I was drinking Gentleman Jack last night. Glad Hands and Seals. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess again, if they hear it hissing, they're gonna. Oh no, we're not. Oh no, we're looking at brakes today. We're not worried about the gland hand leaking. Yeah, exactly. Let me know when you're on your way. Oh, yeah. When I cut the live, baby, I'll just bring the Starlink in and head home. Also, alcohol and controlled substance. Yep, we did that. Why is Freightliner building what? Why is Freightliner building pickups in an already saturated truck market? Not in my born day would I see a pickup cost more than $100,000. Pops from Liberty, Kentucky, enjoying the ride with you. Freightliners entering the pickup world? Oh, excuse me. Oh. Hiccups and burping, that ain't good. I didn't know about that. People don't understand where everything comes from at a truck at least twice. You think? That's for the mega carrier drivers. Yeah, it's true. It's the red valve. No, technically, red valve's not tractor protection. Tractor protection valve is a different valve. It's located further downstream from the red valve. You're close. Love the rant. Yes. If it was made sense, the government is not involved. That's true, Sean. Where is Waldo theme? Where did you hide my kingpin? Ever eat at an A&W? Yes. The bear looks like he's up to no good, though. That's cool, man. Thank you. Let's see here. TPV valve saves your 40 pounds of air so you can stop your tractor, I think. Mine pops at about 60, but yes. It's what it's for is when you have a massive air loss, i.e. your trailer broke off and your trailer supply is just pissing in the wind and dumping your air system. The tractor protection valve shuts you down at a certain pressure. That way you have enough to actually step on your brake and come to a stop, but also not lock your parking brakes on your tractor and put you into an uncontrollable skid. That's the idea anyway. But yeah, it is. As far as the actual location of that, I do believe it's downstream from the actual red knob. On some, maybe it is in the actual valving assembly, the two knobs, but I'm pretty sure it's downstream. Unless I'm thinking of a different valve, but I think on Orwell it's bolted to the frame next to the transmission. To be honest, the actual tractor protection valve. In addition, tractor protection system, we'll be looking for the usual light brake. Say, exactly. Just looking whatever the hell they want to look at. Have you ever blown a steer tire on Orwell? Blown a steer tire? No. No, Orwell never had a steer tire calamity. The only tire I ever lost was that one that the tire supplier that Widmeyer uses lost on me. I replaced that tire. I sent it out to get sectioned. They lost it. They didn't section it. They didn't give me a case of credit. It just disappeared. Oops. Not happy with them. I'm not going to name them, but they know who they are. But no, I've had one steer tire go down on my 379. It just started pulling hard. It didn't blow. It just pulled hard. I got it to a stop. By the time I got it to a stop, she was smoking pretty good. That was on the Ohio Turnpike actually. And they put one steer tire on it there, and I took it to the TA. They put the other tire on. One was a road call, one was a shop. What was the best restaurant you ever? What's the best restaurant you and Jen like near me? It ain't there no more. The one I liked. Jen likes the Seymour Hotel, which is down the block from the shop. Jen likes it there. I'm not the big fan of it. Mark's East Side in Appleton. That's good food down there. Bring money, but good food. Titletown Brewery in Green Bay, right near the tracks. They're good too. Trying to think. Mark's East Side is probably the best we had locally. Jen likes Glass Nickel Pizza in Appleton. We don't really do restaurants that much, to be honest. I like eating home. I think I like to do better. Best way to get drunk and walk the hallways to find the bed. Oh yeah, the bar at home. Yeah, we've had a few tie downs at the bar in my house. Bullet Bourbon, yes. Oh, that's Jen. Yeah, duh. It's actually you spelled it wrong, baby. But yeah, Bullet Bourbon. We love our Bullet Bourbon. Wendy, our neighbor, got us hooked on Bullet Bourbon. Now we love it. But yesterday I was drinking Gentleman Jack. I used to always drink a lot of scotch. Now I've been drinking more bourbons and whiskeys now. I don't know why fans change. Viking fan so close to Green Bay. What? Who's a Viking fan? The shows on Netflix. I don't do NFL. I don't do no fun league. I don't do woke companies that take my money and crap on me. No, Vikings, like the Netflix shows. I know Netflix, another one, right? But no, we got through the Last Kingdom. Then we watched the movie, which is the ending of Last Kingdom, which is Seven Kings Must Die. And now we started watching the prequel to Vikings Valhalla, which is just Vikings. That's on Hulu. So we started watching that last night. That's when we've been watching Vikings. Michelin is the best video on blowouts from 35 years ago, hosted by Benny P.A. Yeah, I can't find Michelin tires on this size for steers anymore. Ever got speeding or any other ticket with Orwell? Not a speeding ticket. Honestly, I don't think Orwell ever got a ticket that stuck. I got a warning. I got verbally talked to in Columbus, Ohio for something I'm not going to talk about on the channel. But I don't even think I had a warning out of that. What did Orwell? I think somebody did cut paper on Orwell about something. I can't remember what. No. I don't think Orwell ever had paper cut on him. I don't think so. Can't imagine blowing a steer tire on a cab over. Hell no. Well, that's why you run good tires on your steers. I never ran cheap tires on steers ever. Steer tires I run, they better be a brand name and they better have cost something because I don't run cheap tires on steers. You could run cheap garbage on the rest of it, that won't kill you. It'll rip up equipment, but it won't kill you. Cheap steer tires, they'll kill you. Another dinner time. Catch up with you later. Have a good night. I'm having Stella. So I know I've drank Stella. I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know how to properly pronounce it, but I like it. I actually so. Have you ever been to Iowa 80 truck stop and museum? Yes, I've heard the museum was pretty interesting. I've not been I've been in a truck stop, just not the museum. Where's the 6'4"? And that's how long I've been watching you. I still got it. It's actually outside. It's in the trailer. With the truck stop food now mostly fast food places, does the driver keep from getting diabetes? You don't. You just eat crap and you die young because that's how the industry treats us. What kind of trailer will you make the CL9000 haul? Same thing I'm doing now. Oh, one more thing. Let's go Pens. Uh-oh, Jen. Producer K talking crap. Producer K's talking crap, baby. You ain't gonna take that crap, are you? Do you ever watch NASCAR? Not in a long time, no. I'd rather go to the local dirt track. I got friends that race. Not here, actually down in Florida, but no, that NASCAR ain't for me neither. It's just corporate. It's just corporate crap. I'd rather watch the guys that work on their own cars. Next time you see a NASCAR driver turn wrenches on his own car, let me know. Till then, I'm out. Next time you're in Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, I want to say hi to you and great job, Dr. Psyops. Yes. What size train set are you working on? HO scale. Dr. Size, hello, friend. Okay. Hey, Steve, how are you? Almost at that 100,000 subs. Yes. Patch Tire, Clinton, Wisconsin. JBG travels. Sometimes gets tires there. What I need to find are 18-inch tires to fit on a potential forklift that I'm possibly most likely buying. But 18-inch truck tires. I don't know, good luck. You're old school truck driver, Steve, and not many truck drivers know how to drive and fix them. Not too many. I had a steer tire blow on me. Took me from lane to up to the center divider. Yeah, that could be scary. When them bomb cyclone, I don't know if I'm gonna do bomb cyclone shirts. The whatever. I haven't heard bomb cyclone mentioned once this year. I think that came and went. I probably have to come with atmospheric river or some other kind of. What's the new bullcrap weather term that they just invented this year? When am I coming back to Duval? Are you talking about Duval County, Florida? Lord only knows. My dad got a speeding award doing 120 in Nevada. It was $1,200 ticket and 89 Peterbilt with the fuel turned up. You need to frame that ticket. That's good numbers there. Long Haul Larry, also YouTuber, highly recommends them. Oh, look at that smile when he calls Jen's name. Yeah, I actually love my baby. I don't put her out on YouTube because, I don't, you know what I'm saying. She's not the face of the channel. I just love my girl. Um, I don't have to use her sex appeal to sell shirts or push the channel. I don't do that. Some guys do. I don't. NASCAR was good when Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, yeah. I maybe not. I tend to think stock cars ought to at least be stock because I don't know when I can get my Toyota Camry order with a V8 in it, rear wheel drive, V8 powered. When did Toyota Camry ever build that? Oh, you're doing model railroading in specific area. Yeah, transition period on the model railroading. Transition from steam to diesel, so I'll have both. The only difference in it really is the road names and what cars, like the automobile cars you put on there. But I'm basically doing the late 40s, early 50s. And I'm basing it around where I grew up, Spotswood, New Jersey, Helmetta, uh, modern day BNSF has it now, but it's still Conrail shared assets. But I grew up as all Conrail, but that was former Pennsylvania, obviously Pennsylvania, Penn Central, Conrail when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm actually doing Brown's Yard. The yard is basically duplicate a satellite image of Brown's Yard in Sayreville. I think it's Sayreville technically, right at the corner of Journey Mill Road there. If you ever come through Buffalo, New York, treat you to Bob Bing's great wings and steak pizza. Oh, yeah, thank you there, Steve Webb. I'm going to take you up on that. I've been running Florida quite a bit this winter. Yeah, it'd be nice. Jen is a very sweet person. You just tell both of you are great folk. Yeah, well, Jen's the best. Aw, Jen B, love my honey. Oh, my baby. Yes, we talk goofy like that, so it's what it is. It's a genuine relationship. I wish, me and Jen say it all the time, we wish we knew each other 20, 30 years ago. Ooh, Steve, look at that layout. I plan you're doing one eventually 70s era, upstate South Carolina. Very simple. Well, it's taking up the entirety of Matt's old bedroom. So right now it almost wraps around the entire bedroom. I almost have all the tables built. I got 2 more segments to go on the first level because there's going to be a helix to go down with storage. And I'll show it one day, but it's going to be 3 levels, 1 foot high. But the middle one's going to be a double track main just to have something continuous run. Top's going to be Helmetta, bottom's going to be Brown's Yard, sorry. Pocono Raceway, Pennsylvania, lived close to that track in the 90s. Well, when I lived in Pennsylvania, I literally lived right off 115. Matthew Fields misses his HO scale. Do you watch Hobo Shoestring? He hops trains. He has wealth of train knowledge. Yes, I know. I never met him, obviously, but I know who Hobo Shoestring is. He's quite entertaining. Another one I used to watch was, what was his catchphrase? Can't think of it. Jen knows. What's his catchphrase? The other guy. But wait, there's more. Of course there always is. Jawtooth. It's one of the best. And then it comes to the rail. And of course, I met Jason Asselin. He lives up in UP. I did a video with him a while back. But yes, Jawtooth. Yeah. Jawtooth is, in my opinion, the best when it comes to rail fanning on YouTube. They know better. Sorry, Jason, you're good, but Jawtooth's more personal. Although Jason's got the ELS Railroad he does a lot of filming on, and there's always drama with them. I don't know how the FRA lets them run. Their trains are off the tracks more than they're on the tracks. Yeah, I've seen of that channel, Riding Shotgun, I think. Best is distant. Well, yes, but this Danny Harmon. Danny Harmon, he does. You might be right. You're probably right on that as far as the best. Because Danny Harmon puts a lot of production in his stuff for sure. Yeah, he might be. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, Jawtooth does his own thing. I bet. How do I recover from that? You're right. Distance signal is better than Jawtooth. Sorry, Jawtooth. Oh man. Yeah, Danny Harmon definitely. He puts a lot of production in his stuff. Yes, NS Modeler 24. Yes, I love that channel. He built the operating coal flood loader and the unloader, the hell you call it thing. It turns the rail cars upside down and dump. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. He did a lot of layout in a very small area. Those are, Danny is the GOAT. Yes. Wow, I got a lot of rail fans on my channel. That's awesome. The flippy thing. I can't remember what it's called. I have one. I didn't install it yet because it goes on the top level. But yeah, I'm trying to motorize mine better. But he has the best setup. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Alrighty. Well, apparently I just do a 3-hour live shooting a crap. Didn't do spitting here. Talked about it. Didn't do nothing. But that's okay. That was fun. Got a lot of crap going on. Keep on trucking. Oh, cheers. Okay. Another good trucking channel is 8V92 Shenanigans. Yeah, can't watch all of them. Alrighty. Okay, there's that awkward silence. What now to do? Well, Jen's got wings cooking, or going to be cooking very shortly, and it is getting late. I know Tim is going to drop a video later if he didn't already. So, yeah, I was just checking my notifications. Now, he didn't drop nothing yet, but I know he's going to be doing a video. Pretty sure he could do a video today. I talked to him earlier. He was planning on it. I told him I was going to be live. So, can you give a shout out to Big Fan Please, who is fighting cancer? It's Robert Durio. Well, who am I shouting out to there, Robert Durio? Is that you or someone else? Old two-stroker. Yeah, I've talked to Wayne on the phone a few times. It's just hard to get. I don't, he's upstate New York, and I don't go out there too much. Robert Durio, who are we talking about? You or someone else? Speak it up. Take care, Steve and Jen. Love from Maui. I need to get to Maui. We were in Hawaii once. Went to Oahu. Yeah, do the whole Pearl Harbor thing and whatnot. My kid was living out there at the time. What's my favorite locomotive in HO scale? I don't know if I even have a favorite locomotive in real life. Obviously, I love steam engines. I would go right to the big boy, but there are other engines that I like more than big boy, perhaps. See, I grew up riding on the Strasburg Railroad, So I think my favorite of all time is actually what's known as a decapod. That's what 90 is on Strasbourg. I forget the configuration. I think it's a two. What is that? I can't remember off the top of my head. It's got 5 drivers. I don't remember what the leading or the trailing truck has. I think it's a pod. That's what 90 is in Strasbourg. Although there's another one. I think it's 1028 or 10007 or 1007, whichever one is. It was the one that had the land speed record at the time, 127 mile an hour. It's in the museum in Strasbourg. They used to run it, and then the boiler plates got thin, or the firebox got thin, and they didn't want to replace it. The museum didn't want to cut it open and like put new. They wanted it all original. So once it had a thin firebox, they just shut it down. It's in the museum. That's one of my favorites too. But the Decapod I thought was the coolest looking one because it's got 5 drivers in a row. They're big, and there's 5 of them. It's not like the big boy. It's a 4884. I mean, it's got four on the trailing truck, 4 drivers, 4 more drivers, which articulate completely separate, and then the trailing truck. The Decapod had 5 drivers in a row, all in one line. So that was a big unit. It was a cool looking unit. But I grew up with that one. That's why. Lost mine all in a storage fire. Oh, that sucks. Take care, Stephen Jen from Maui. Okay, I'll talk about that one. Someone else, he's a big fan. Who are we talking about there? I think Richard number 43. Yeah, Strasbourg. Yep, that's where now we're just talking about a Russian decapods. Really neat story with those locomotives. Local Russian export. That payment didn't work or something, and you got sold to a lot of U.S. railroads. Yeah, and Strasbourg has one. Sioux Line 1003 in Hartford, Wisconsin, Steve. No, I wasn't thinking about that one, but I know the one you're talking about. They run that still here. Lionel finally just produced the Strasbourg 90. We have the 611. Yeah, I want to get a 611. But yeah, I rode behind a 611. That's a cool ass train. I think it's back down in Virginia now. They moved it down there. NFL's putting Steve Mongo McMichael in a Hall of... I don't follow anything in the NFL anymore, sorry. Come on down to Union, Illinois to the Railroad Museum. I need to. I do need to get down there. I have... Well, here's what I did with the HO scale that I have now. So I had a lot when I was in high school, like freshman year. I gave up everything when I got like a real car when I was 17. But I was putting together I had a small layout when I was a kid, and my mom and dad bought me locomotives that were better quality by Athearn than the Tyco toys that I had when I was a kid. And I don't remember what the switcher is. It's a Conrail, road name, switcher. And then I have a chassis system GP35, and I have a Conrail GP40. But those were old DC setups from when I was a kid. I just converted the chassis system, the GP35. I had a local place, Engine House in Green Bay, put a DCC programmer in it, or decoder or whatever, in that one, and the Conrail GP40 has one as well. Those are the only diesels I have that run on the DCC. I also have a Pennsylvania F7 that's going to be converted to DCC, along with that switcher. So I have 4 diesels. All of them, 2 are converted, 2 are not. And then I bought a brand new Pennsylvania steamer that I bought. Pennsylvania road name. That's what is it? I can't remember. 442, I think it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. What I want to get is an 060 for a switcher for the proper Pennsylvania railroad switching jobs for the yard. But yeah, so I have one steam engine that runs. I have an old steam engine that's made by Mantua. It ain't the best quality steamer, but I don't know if it can be converted or not. Everything else I have is basically toys, but that's what I have now. I have a lot of rolling stock done. I bought a few more too. Oldest train I have is an 040, and it's more of a toy, and it's shot. I think it's just going to be put like a junkyard, like a track that isn't hooked to anything anymore, like kind of like, you know, the crap that, you know, it would be in the land of misfit trains. Let's see here. Laona has an operational steam locomotive at Lumberjack Museum. I don't even know if they still operate anymore. Because every time I go by there, because their main line used to go all the way up to Laona Junction, where there's an abandoned switcher up there. But they're hooked. They're not even attached to anything anymore. They're completely landlocked. And every time I go by there with the razor, everything's locked up and closed. So I don't know if they still operate anymore, because I think COVID shut them down. I don't know if they ever came back. There's another one out by Madison, and then there's that one way up north by, I don't know if they got a steam engine though, up by Superior. See here, love old alcoves. And that's, Southern Michigan Railroad's trying to, what is it, RS8 they're trying to move and restore? They got that down there. They're trying to get stuff going with them. Owner of Engine House Services is a conductor for CN. I think they got sold recently, actually. But yeah, that's where I buy all my stuff locally, is Engine House. I'm going to cut this short here. Bachmann Easy App Locomotive. Not sure what that is. Oh, I have another. I forgot. I have a Bachmann little switcher. It's like a GE 50 ton or 40 ton or whatever the hell. Little, small one. I don't know if that can be converted. I don't know if I brought that home. It might still be here at the shop. I gotta look. It might be at the house. I gotta look, 'cause I forgot about him. It's a little bitty little thing. You know, a little 44 tonner or something. I don't remember. I have to look it up. But it's just like the one they have at Southern Michigan Railroad. We'll be able to show your train set video. I did a live from over there once. I have a whole video on FSC Railroad chasing the big boy, Dennis. Orwell Racing Big Boy 4014 head-to-head would make a great video. Yeah, sure. Put that together. Easy app or Bluetooth controlled. No, I got a DCC controller. I bought it, Digitrax. So, let's see here. I'm probably done for tonight, guys. What time is it? It's getting late. It's getting on 6. I've been here doing nothing but making videos, which is cool. It's time to go, I guess. Now we're talking train, AHO scale trains. So hang on, let me just finish up the video then. So, all right, well, there we go. I guess I'll come back tomorrow in the morning. Jen's got off tomorrow too, so she can be working on Snow White, getting it cleaned up, ready to ride. So yeah, Orwell's down, got a water leak, but not no more. All I do is warm it up. Although when the APU was running warm water through, it was still dripping when I pulled it in. You'll see that in the produce video. But yeah, so I guess, excuse me, I guess today was more of a Q&A than actually getting work done, which is okay, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna go fire up the Hemi Dually, let it warm up a little bit, go home. Jen's making me wingies, chicken wings, we call them wingies. She makes them like the barbecue sauce, but I get the Parmesan, and she usually gets the teriyaki. So I'll eat good tonight. Then we're gonna watch Vikings, like the Vikings, like the guys, the North guys with the axes. Yeah, those guys, not the NFL team. Same guys, just not football. So we'll watch that, and we'll get back in the morning, get cracking, get stuff done. Tomorrow I got a cool video, like I said. Some of the best cinematic views I've ever had on video. That'll be out tomorrow. Be sure to check that out. So I'll work on this tomorrow, figure out what it needs, start getting the parts, whatever it needs. I think it's just seals, personally, O-rings, whatever. We'll figure it out. All right, with that, calling this a video. I'll wrap it up. Read comments real fast, see if anything new or exciting popped up, and then we're out of here. Allentown is a train show this weekend. So, I'm not out there. Will you be able to show your train set video? I can. I read that already. Lost your amount trains after all my HO trains burned and melted in storage fire. Deal with 132nd sale semi trucks. Well, Matthew Fields, I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't know when you lost all your stuff, but everything is it's so much more fun now because the trains have audio, like you can blow the whistle, or the horn, whichever. They make the sounds. They sound like the real deal. I mean, they're absolutely awesome. So don't y'all check out what DCC has now. If your stuff wasn't DCC, you really need to check it out. Maybe I'll do a video or do a piece of video, show you what I got. I actually sent my 2 diesels and my steamer to go get speed match so I could consist them all together. Like that's awesome too. I don't like the way CSX painted their heritage units. Well, it is what it is. At least they're doing heritage units, I guess. So, all right, guys. I am going to call it a night. I'm going to go home. Let me go fire up the truck first. But yeah, we're going to go home, eat chicken wings, watch my Viking show on Netflix, and have a fun time of it. So let me get my key. This is good now that Matt... I had to do this because now Matt moved out. I'll do this right at the apartment. When you don't have kids, the push button start is awesome. When you don't have kids, you run out and go preheat the truck. Just double click the button and it fires right up. Alrighty, I guess finally that's it. I know I've been saying it for a while, but it is what it is. You know what it is too, is I enjoy doing these lives. I like talking to you guys directly, so that's cool. So there we are. All right, 259 people on right now, 886 likes. So I guess before I actually shut her down, I'll say hit them like buttons. If you're still here, you probably already did. Kick them likes up in a high gear while my truck heats up. I'm getting ready to go home. I'll show you another look real quick while you're hitting them like buttons. Get on them with them likes. So yeah, like I said, I don't know if I probably should have showed it earlier, but yeah. Now you see what the A-frame was for. The rear end's missing. It's over there next to the chapel trailer. Oh yeah, look how rusty and nasty that frame is with the fifth wheel gone now. Look at that, huh? Thought it was in real good shape till you start seeing, well, it's not that bad, but it certainly is rusty. It isn't terrible. I've seen worse. But yeah, so this is getting sold with the diff. But somewhere around here is where I'm going to do the cut and weld for the template. And there you go. That's how we got it. Alrighty. That's that. So with that, I'm going to shut the phone off, turn the Starlink off, bring the antenna back inside, and then that'll be it. Go home, eat wings, and hopefully tonight we'll all watch Gentry and Sons together. So be sure also, I should have said this earlier. I'll say it now because we did talk about it. Listen, when you're over watching Tim's videos, make sure to leave a comment. Let them know that I sent you. If you haven't watched Gentry in a long time because you think this, that, or the other thing about him, his videos have changed a lot since they were in the old days. He's done a lot more with his YouTube channel and with his trucking company. So watch Gentry's videos. He should have one up tonight, I think he said. So actually, he said that, but hopefully it'll actually happen for him. Sometimes, life gets busy. You don't get them done as quick as he wants. But yeah, be sure to let him know that I sent you over there. If you haven't watched him in a while, go check him out. Go see what he's got going on. He's a very busy man. Also, check out SH2. Let him know that I sent you. Also, Semi-Casual and Fitzgerald Collision Repair, because I'm seriously considering sending Orwell down there to get that done depending on how long I guess they have to have Orwell, but in reality, I'd love to get all the little nickel dime dents done on the truck and then have the body work done. Do all the body work and repaint, but I want it to look exactly like it is. But I'd rather have another truck running first. But either way, be sure to check them out. Fitzgerald Collision Repair, SH2, Gentry and Sons. Gentry and Sons, I was thinking Jesse and Company. That's the lady that works for SH2, that they paint trucks too. But check them out. Let them know I sent you. If I talk to them, just let them know that I'm here and I'm pushing for people that I like and people that I consider friends, or we're in the same space doing the same thing together. Let them know I think about them, and let them know I'm making sure that if you're fans of mine, you should be checking them out too. Let them know I sent you. Alrighty, last few comments and I'm out for real, for real. Be safe on the road. Thank you. Gentry's what? Gentry's a badass as yourself. Well, appreciate that. I got a lot of growing to do to be there, but we're doing the best we can. We're getting there. Again, that's why we got a full-time mechanic coming. That way, I can get a lot more stuff done. You guys kind of squirreled me today. I thought I was gonna do more work than just talking, but you know what? Been a while since we did a long question and answer. And to be honest, initially we had almost 600 people at one time, which is almost unheard of for my channel. So that's awesome. Alrighty, 251 people, 916 likes. We got a bunch more. Okay, awesome. All you're gonna do is try to get free work done on your truck. It's not that. No, I am not. Got sucked in by another one. No, I'm not trying to get free work. When have I ever taken free work, butthole? I'm not. That's not what I do. Okay. Hello. You should know something before you speak. Does it look like I take free work? Huh? Seriously? What an idiot. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like I take free work. F you, loser. All right. With that, before I get another hater comment, I tell him to go F his mother. I gotta go. All right. Later.